All right. Another episode. What is this? Episode 14. We're going good. The gang is all here, apart from our referee correspondent. Daz is not here.
He's our England correspondent today, isn't it? He's at the game.
Oh yeah, for real. He's probably wearing his England kit. Loud and proud.
Full kit.
Full kit. All right. Well, I'll introduce the team and we've got a special guest. I'm John.
Isaac.
Marky Mark.
See.
Man, like, keep back in the building.
Yeah.
And we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I'm Myles Weston. Currently playing at Dagenham and Redbridge at the moment. Played professional football for 18 years.
Jeez.
Trying to still go strong.
Come on.
35 now.
As a knees.
Well, seeing as you wanted to downplay it a little bit, I mean, 624 career appearances.
Yeah.
It's no joke, man. It's no joke.
No, as I said, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to even get to this stage, and because there's a lot of players that don't even get this far. So I recognise how blessed I am to even be able to continue to play football. I think the older I've got, the more my mindset is like every day I appreciate it. I should enjoy it because I don't know when it's gone, you're gonna miss it. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I kind of think of it now.
No, it's true. And you talk about that point of making it this far. There's plenty of people we all played with. We all played in the same ends that didn't touch a professional game, but you've not only touched it, but you made a long career of it, bro. Like, it's one thing getting there.
Yeah.
There's some man play a decent level for a bit and then, their career takes them other places. But 624 and I looked it up, I was like, bro, it's not a joke.
Yeah, I said I've been blessed because I said I ain't, God forbid, any bad injuries. I've been injured, but I haven't had no crazy injuries. And I think it's even later on in my career, I just know my body better. When I was younger, I didn't. I used to just be reckless and do whatever, and that's when I got injured. But now I kind of know my body a bit better. Do you know what I mean?
So speak to that. I mean, what at this stage? What's the kind of routine you go through, or what kind of things you do to kind of maintain your body?
I'd say ice baths, recovery shakes, massages.
So weren't those things standard when in the clubs earlier on? Oh, it was optional.
It's not compulsory. You don't have to.
Okay.
You just do it if.
I thought it was one of them things where if you ain't been in an ice bath, man's asking you, what don't I do?
Some clubs are like that. Not all the clubs are like that. It's only like some clubs are like that. You don't have to do them things. It's optional, especially lower down. I'd say it's optional, but higher up it might be more.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I mean? So and just knowing my body better, like what I want to do, like before playing, I'd warm up properly and don't just kick balls around. And do you know what I'm saying? I'm just mature now.
The small differences.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Especially your position, like playing on the wing and that. To still be going all this time later. If you're playing a bit more centrally, etc.
I'm a wing back. I'm not even a winger no more.
You're a wing back.
I've been wing back for the last 5 years, I'd say.
Wow.
So yeah.
Was that a bit of an adapted thing for you? Like, how did you find that? Because obviously, if you're a winger, you're kind of more focused going forward. Wing back, you've got to kind of do a bit of both. So
if I'm honest with you, it's the club that I was at. They played 3-5-2.
Okay.
So that was the only position I could play.
Yeah, okay.
So do you get what I mean? So now I'm a wing back and I can do it. I don't mind defending or going forward. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
All right. So like if we go back to the beginning, you started off at Arsenal, didn't you?
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Started at Arsenal at 11. So I got how I got to Arsenal is I had a school cup final, scored 5 in the final. My dad's friend was the scout.
Yeah.
So he basically came to watch it. Scored 5. He said, "Yeah, we get him down." So I was on trial for ages at Arsenal.
Is it?
Yeah, I was on trial for a good 7 months. But
7 months?
Yeah, they didn't just give me the contract. I had to go to Highbury. I used to train in Highbury.
What year was that?
I was 11, so how much years ago? I'm 35 now.
24 years ago.
Yeah,
those are the serious
99.
years, bro.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah,
so months they were watching. There's some serious players there, bro.
You're saying that to make sure.
Serious players.
If I'm honest as well, my manager at the time was Paul Davis.
Okay.
So you remember Paul Davis,
yeah.
the Arsenal legend.
Yeah.
He was the manager at the time. And yeah, but it was killing me. So what used to happen was my dad used to have to leave the work early to take me.
Mm.
So it's North London and it's in
Yeah.
Highbury.
Wow.
So every time I went, I'm leaving straight from school, going straight to Highbury, training in the centre and then coming back. So it was a bit crazy. But anyway, I was there for like 7 months and they offered me a year. But what happened was the scout that scouted me moved to Charlton.
Ah.
So I had a decision to make. Do I sign the year at Arsenal and Charlton offered me 4 years?
Wow.
So I was thinking, me and my dad decided to take the 4 years.
Mm.
Not because it was better, but it just made more sense. He didn't have to leave work early no more.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I mean? So he could just take me to football, do the whole day at work, take me to football. I'm in Charlton, it's up the road from South London, where we're from. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's how it went. Do you get what I'm saying?
You got to make the decision for everybody. It's not because it's not just you. It's not that you're taking yourself up to go ball.
This is what I tell people. Like me and my dad, we learned on a job.
Okay.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't like if I knew what I knew now, maybe. And this is why I try and guide the younger generation because I've gone through a lot and I've experienced a lot and I've kind of done it. Do you get what I'm saying? So we ended up signing the 4 years at Charlton, and after the 2 years there, they ended up offering me 2 year scholar and 1 year pro. So at 14, I got offered that.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, 14, I got offered that. So I got offered that early doors. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I guess some stability there as well, no?
yeah, as I said, for B, they was in the Prem at the time as well.
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
didn't even
Proper
like
stuff,
for me,
yeah,
even though Arsenal was the club because you get the boot, you get the Nike boots.
Come on.
At Charlton, you're getting Copa Mondial.
I don't miss the Copa Mondial.
But
them
at Arsenal, you're getting TM poles.
One.
You're getting the tongue TM poles. So I'm like, getting night gear.
Yeah,
This is, do I actually do this or do I just stomach the year? You get what I mean? But we ended up going to Charlton instead, and I think it was the right decision, if I'm honest. You get what I mean?
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. And then you kind of get to Charlton, and how does it progress from there? So, you know, getting through to the first team and actually feeling like you're a settled pro. Because as you say, you got 2 years youth, and then 1 year pro, and then the clock's ticking. You turn pro, cool. Clock's ticking now. When are you going to earn your next pro?
So my mindset is outwork anyone.
Yeah.
So that's what my mindset was. So obviously I've done the 2 year scholar. It went all right. Like I played in the reserves sometimes. Going back a little bit as well, I played Youth Cup at 15. Do you know what I mean? So we got to the semi-finals against Man United and I came on. That was one like at 15. This is when I was young. So playing the people at Man United was Chris Eagles, Evans, Blake, them man. Playing against them. They were older than me. They were like 3 years older than me. Do you get what I'm saying? But I got brought in early because obviously I was one. They must have thought I was one of the better ones in it. So we're gonna. Do you get what I'm saying? So what helped as well is I played for England under 16s, 17s, 18s, and 19s.
Okay.
So when you have a player that plays for England, it makes the club look better.
Of course.
Do you get what I'm trying
Says
to
that
say?
they're producing a certain level of talent.
So that helped me get a pro as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though I got it young, that just reinforced it. Yeah, we've done the right thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So in my head, going back to the working hard thing, how my mindset is, I was thinking, how am I going to get in this first team? Because I ain't better than them. Like, that's not, like, I'm not better than them. I'm realistic. I'm not better than them. But I can outwork them, though.
So at that age, you were humble enough, you had enough self-awareness to be like, no, I'm not better. Because you know you got some youngsters like, no, I'm better than him, bro.
Yeah.
You were like, actually, I'm not better than him, but I can work harder than them, or
So
which is quite mature.
In my head, I was thinking, because the player in front of me was Jerome Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying,
Okay.
I'm not better than this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I know I'm
Jerome
not better.
Thomas.
He was cold.
But in my head, I'm saying, yo, pre-season, I'm going to make sure that this man is just going to see me.
Yeah.
So my mindset was just outwork them. So pre-season, I was the first in the running, first in everything. They was even telling me, Westy, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like, they're established. They don't have to prove anything.
Yeah.
But I have to because I'm trying to get
2
in.
years in a 4-year contract.
This is what I'm saying. So I've got to prove myself to and the manager, that's when Alan Kirbyshire left and Ian Dowie came in.
Okay.
So I'm saying, raw,
Yeah,
new
no,
manager.
Years, boy.
Yeah, so I'm saying, you new manager, I can get a little bring in here. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Fresh start, innit?
yeah, so I'm like, yo, all right, cool. Let me show him that I can be part of this first team. So that was my mind frame. Just run, just show him that I can work hard. And that's what I did. So when the tests come, I was the fittest. I was doing all the other stuff. So and it paid off because I was with them every day. Even because sometimes when you're a pro, you might get separate. You're not always with the first team.
Yeah,
There's reserves.
Yeah, of course.
There's the 18s and there's the
Pro
reserves.
doesn't equal first team.
No, it don't
Pro
equal
is
first
your
team.
job now. That's
So you got to get into the first team still.
Yeah.
So I was with them every day, and I was like, "Yo, this is what I want to do." Do you get what I'm saying? But what happened is I broke my foot. I broke my fifth metatarsal. So I'm like, oh, God, I was in here now, but my mindset didn't change.
Yeah.
But what happened was as well, Jerome Thomas broke his fifth metatarsal
At the same time.
at the same time. We was doing
Look at
rehab together.
Wow.
You feel like you lost your opportunity?
No, I gained it because he's my
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
No, but if you're injured at the same time,
Yeah,
You
if he wasn't injured, maybe I would have got a better
Yeah.
bring in.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my mindset didn't change. But I was happy that I was with him because I could learn from him.
Yeah, I was gonna
Do you get what
ask
I'm
that.
trying to say?
How
Like,
do
he's
you
not
how do
pulling
you
further away
approach
from
it?
you.
No,
Yeah.
like
No,
it wasn't
exactly.
cool. Like we rehabbed together. Like so, I literally done it. Then I think a week later he done it. So we was rehabbing together. So we built a good relationship, and I was learning. He was helping me. You get what I mean? Like so, we got quite close. And I just where I left off, I picked up where I left off. I came back, and they was like, "Nah, you need to be with the first team again." So I'm like, "Nah, yeah." Then what really made it serious is like, "Oh yeah, you're traveling with the first team." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, meet us at Stansted at like 5:00." So why are you going to Stansted for? I didn't even know they took planes to the games. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we did. Like 18s and reserve games. You don't fly. You take the coach.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So we've taken a coach. He said meet us at Stansted. So I've gone with one of the older boys, Osei Sankofa. I don't know if you know Osei.
Yeah.
So Osei, so he was like, "Yeah, Westy, just come with me, and then I'll take you to Stansted." So he took me to Stansted, and basically flew to the game. Flew on a Friday, stayed in a hotel on a Saturday. Went to the game. I didn't know if I was on the bench or not. I wasn't on the bench. I was in the stand. But the experience was amazing. I'm saying I want this. I want this. I want to
prepare for the game.
Watching them, I said, I want this. I want to be flying to these games. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what I want. And then basically, the worst thing happened. He got sacked to the next game. Yeah. So Ian Dowie got sacked. Alan Pardew came in. No youth team.
Swear down.
No youth team. Didn't train because we was at Charlton was near the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
So he had no time to be putting on a youth team. He's like, listen, we need to survive. And they got relegated that season. So he's like, listen, we need to survive. I'm not got no youth teams. You're not around. We're playing established players.
Yeah.
So I didn't even train with them no more. So it went from that to that. But as I said, for me, it was a learning curve. So I didn't. Not that I didn't care, I cared, but I ended up going on loan to Notts County. And that was another experience for me. Do you know what I mean? That was probably the best thing I ever done. Because that's when my actual professional career started.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. So the appearances start to rack up and that.
And that's it. So a funny story about that. So I went there for a month with my friend, James Walker. He's been on loan. I never been on loan. It's my first loan. And I was there for a month. So for the first 3 games, I didn't even come on. And I was like, I'm going back. I'm not coming here to just be like not even getting no game time.
Yeah.
I'm playing in the reserve games. Notts County, and I thought I was good enough to come on.
Yeah.
But the last game, he brought me on for half an hour, and I played so sick. After that, he played me every game. So I ended up staying to the end of the season because I'm like, all right, cool. They know now.
Yeah, they know what.
They know now that I'm good enough to play. Even though like in the reserve games they say, "Nah, we need to sign him." They was telling me they wanted to sign me after like 2 games in the reserves, but they didn't play me in the first team.
Yeah.
So I ended up staying, doing well, and then they offered me a contract for the following season, and I ended up. It wasn't guaranteed that I was going to go there.
Yeah.
Like, my agent had different other options. I think there was Yeovil. When I was on the way to Nottingham, Yeovil phoned and said, "Yo, like, we want you now." I was on the way to Nottingham, so I didn't want to turn around and go to Yeovil.
That's a track as well.
Yeah.
You played Yeovil, Brandon Phillips. Didn't he play down there?
No, he played Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yeah,
That
Plymouth.
was it.
Him
Yeah.
and Balassi, wasn't it?
Balassi is at Plymouth.
Yeah.
So, I ended up signing 2 years at Notts County.
So that's where the pro career really kicked off.
Yeah.
You played
that's
regularly, became established first team.
Again, like, it's deep, like, because that's like going from, like, I was living at my dad's and then I had to go live by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm honest,
So how old was you at this point, sir?
I was 19.
Okay.
So if I'm honest, that was the best decision I made in my life to go to Notts County because it made me a man.
Yeah, made you grow up.
You know, like, I'm used to my clothes getting washed off,
Mm.
food getting cooked for me. I'm in a 2-bed house or flat by myself. Got to do everything myself. Got to cook, got to clean, got to wash, got to do it. I'm like, this is mad.
And I'm guessing at that time, obviously, you're not a big Prem team, so there's no like player liaison doing this and that for you. Listen, Myles training is here, turn up.
This is another thing. So obviously, I've just come from the Prem team to a League 2 team.
Yeah.
The kit gets washed for you in the Prem team.
Yeah.
In the League 2 team, you got to wash your own. I would have to wash my own kit every day. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was good because it made me.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I was thinking, oh, this is one extreme to the next. I'm saying this is craziness.
Yeah.
Like,
So how do you handle that as a 19-year-old? You're now, like you said, you're living by yourself. You're having to do everything pretty much by yourself. You're not in a Prem Club team. How do you handle all of that added extras and then also trying to focus on becoming a regular and established player?
if I'm honest with you, I didn't handle it. I didn't. I'm just lucky that I had people around me.
Okay.
I had friends coming up to see me, to stay with me regularly as well. So a lot of my friends used to come up and used to just stay for the weekend and do whatever. My mum, my dad.
To the game with you and all that.
So I had people around me that used to help me. Do you get what I'm saying? But that, I would say that was the best time of my life and the worst time of my life because I kept on getting injured. I kept on pulling my hamstrings at Notts County when I first signed. And the physio was old. Like, it was like, I don't know, 70 years old. And his way was just crazy. Like, he was rushing me back. Every time I came back, I'd done my hamstring. No word of a lie, I think I'd done my hamstring like 8 times in that season.
8 times? In one season?
Both of them. Yeah, both of them.
When you do Mr. Miyagi hand rub.
Do you know what he kept on,
if I call him old, he gets offended, you know.
he kept on saying to me that it was fatigue. It was fatigue. I'm saying, it can't be fatigue. I keep on breaking down. Something's not right here.
Yeah.
So if I'm honest, that first season at Notts County probably was my worst because I was depressed. I wanted to quit football. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wanted to quit. I was stressed. I was depressed. I'm saying, I've come here to play. I'm here injured every day. I've got to watch you man train. And plus, when you're injured, your schedule's not the same as
everyone else.
You're in earlier, you're leaving later. Like, as I said, so I'm lucky that I had people around me that helped me because I was in a bad place when I was injured. Like, my dad had to come. I even said to my agent, I remember saying, listen, I want to quit. Just tell them to rip up the contract. I don't want to be here no more. I can't do this by myself. I can't be up here. I'm 19. I'm not playing football.
Did you want to quit football or quit that club?
Quit football.
Oh, wow.
I said, rip the contract up. I'm coming back to South London. I don't want to do this.
You come back to Hilly Fields.
I'd rather play there and be with people than be up there and not be with no one.
Yeah,
but what happened was my dad came and stayed with me for a couple of weeks. So it helped me like get through it.
Okay.
So he came and said, I'll come and stay with you because obviously I know you're going through something. And he came and stayed with me for that couple of weeks. So it kind of helped me. Even like what people don't understand about football, like Christmas. I'm in Nottingham. I can't come back down. I'm by myself in Nottingham. I had Christmas with my mum.
Yeah.
Lucky that she came up with me. If she didn't come up there, I would have been by myself. Do you get what I'm saying? At 19, I'm seeing everyone else Christmas and I would have been by myself up there. Do you get what I'm saying? But my mum came up and had Christmas with me. It's little things like that. People don't really understand that.
Adds up.
It's hard. Like it's hard to, especially when you're young. When you're older, I think you can deal with it a little bit better. But when you're younger, you don't know nothing. Do you know what I'm saying?
You heard Raheem touch about it when he left Man City. He said, you miss kids' birthdays, do all this stuff, and then you feel like that level of commitment or sacrifice isn't recognised or reciprocated. So he was like, well, I'm going to go back to London then and be near my family. If that's the
100%.
case. That's how you don't want to do
Even
this.
like going further on in my career, Wycombe, we had Plymouth on Boxing Day. Because obviously you play Boxing Day.
Mm-hmm.
We had to meet the coach at 1 p.m. on Christmas Day. 1 p.m. Your whole Christmas is gone. Do you get what I'm saying? That's not even Christmas. So like I spent the morning with my kids and then I had to go meet the coach at 1.
That's mad.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like these things, like it's not easy all the time. Like people think, and if I'm honest, obviously the Prem players, they're getting paid properly, like so they have to kind of. But if you're not getting, I'm not saying that I ain't got paid good money, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
it's not detached from the normal man.
Yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? So I will feel it. And I'm not saying they don't feel it because they will feel it, but like it's not enough to be like, you know what, I can sacrifice a Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm getting paid so much that I don't care if I'm leaving at 1 p.m.
It'll be all right. We'll be in one bad place in a week's time.
I'll make Christmas when I come back. We can do it when I come back. You know what I'm saying? But nah. So that happened. But then the second year at Notts County, I said to myself, nah, I can't be injured, man. What they did is they sacked the physio and brought another physio. So that physio went and a new one came in.
But you the only one getting injured when all that was happening?
No, loads of people was getting
that's what I'm
injured.
saying.
It wasn't just, do you know what I mean? So they knew they had to get rid of the physio.
Yeah.
So they got rid of the physio and brought in another one. He was from Derby County Academy. He was really good. I think his name was Smudge. Yeah, and he was a physio. He knew what he was doing. And that next season, I played every game. I missed 1 week. So I played 46 games. From playing 25 and probably having 10 starts, I played 46 games the following
50
season.
games according to what I'm looking at.
50 games. That might have been league games. Yeah. So I played, do you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, but that's how my mindset is. I'm like, yo, that's not happening to me again. Like, it's not.
That physio was on pants.
Trust me. Do you get what I'm saying? But then that's the difference. That could be the difference in a. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, man, it was a tear or something. That careers might have been ruined.
Trust me. If you get in a serious injury and you don't have a proper physio, that could be a career done.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it?
Do you think that's less likely to happen now? Because I'm like the time he was at Notts County, 70 plus physio. I'm guessing he had a bit of an old school mentality.
I don't think it happens now. I don't think it happens.
Everyone's got to kind of have a level of qualification.
Yeah, I think that don't happen now, but still, there's a lot of physios that don't know what they're doing still.
We said no, man didn't have a qualification.
No, he probably did.
I'm just saying, but it might have been like when he might have got in there, like, oh yeah, I know a physio,
CPD.
I think what Keith's trying to say is physios that keep up with the modern practices.
Yeah. But it's still. I said that's physios. Like there's still physios now that's not good. You know what I mean? It's just like what you like and just being open and speaking to them because they're not mind readers either. Like, do you get what I mean? You need to tell them what you like or how. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, like what works for you. So I think it's like having a relationship where you can speak to your physio and it's not just a dictatorship. When I was at Notts County, he was just telling me to do this, telling me to do that, and he obviously
I know better than you
was wrong.
Yeah.
And I was 19, so like I didn't really know nothing about my body or nothing really. It's only now I'm older I understand different things. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So then Notts County, that's kind of the start of your career. Then you made a step up to League One.
Yeah.
You go to Brentford. I guess one thing people always talk about is when you move through the leagues, the standard goes up. Did you feel at that time there was a big jump between League 2 and League 1? Did you play and be like, raw, this is different?
No, I didn't even think it was. I say this all the time. I'd say like the top of League 1 is a top standard.
Yeah.
The bottom of League 1 and the top of League 2 is similar.
Okay.
The bottom of League 2 and the top of the National League is similar.
Okay.
You could swap it and it would be the same.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I've always wondered that.
But
where do you get noticed the big jump? Like at what level do you notice?
The top of League 1 is when it's there, and the champ is a different level. Like,
is it?
I think that's a massive jump. But my thing is, you see it because you see teams do double promotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was that hard, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able
back
to win.
either.
Back to back. You shouldn't be able to do that if the leagues are that. Do you know what I'm saying?
And they were doing back to back, and then some of them are coming straight back down to League One.
This is it.
They're not last in Championship, so yeah, you're right. They
You
kind
see,
of got there.
Peterborough, like they go up and go down, go up and go down because they ain't got the players or maybe the infrastructure to stay in the champ, but they've got the players, the players and that to get there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
okay.
So
And then they sell. They're a
selling club,
develop, sell, develop, sell.
yeah, 100%. That's what they are. So yeah, I went to Brentford. They just won the league. They just won League Two, and obviously I played good against them. I think, and the manager wanted me. And by the way, I was the lowest paid at Notts County. By the way, as well.
wow.
I was like, obviously because I came from Charlton, innit? So
Yeah.
I wasn't on crazy money at Charlton, but they offered me a little bit more than what I was on at Charlton, and I was the lowest paid there. So
quick guess on that. Is it not taboo to speak about your wages?
yeah, no one really
Everyone-
speaks about what you could have a guess, but you don't. No one really says I'm on this or I'm on that.
As in the
Unless-
players to each other.
Yeah, because it it's just an
Long.
unwritten rule.
Yeah, it's
You
long.
don't really talk about your wages in it because that could mess someone else up because
Yeah, it's a
they might
Pandora's
think that
box, isn't
they might think you're on this and you say what you're on and then they're looking at you mad like you're not even playing better than me. You know what I'm saying? How you on that one? Like, you know what I'm
Backfire on
saying?
you.
Yeah.
You be like, I'm on that. You think you're doing it, man's like, I'm on this. You're like, what? Well, you're on that and I'm on this.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, it's just like work, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, man, but look.
I've
No,
never
no.
cared, to be honest. I've never ever cared. But
Nah,
I've been in situations where people get really touchy and about
It's a sensitive
talking about
subject.
that. Yeah, for some. So.
But I just thought because it like you become good friends with a lot of players in it, so I just thought like it might
But
be an open
I
forum.
put it
like,
this way,
depends,
I'll
innit?
give you an example. Okay, if Rashford, Rashford scored a lot of goals this season.
Mhm.
If let me give what's a good example? If someone that ain't done as well, was his name the
Wycombe.
Wycombe was on
Yeah.
more than Rashford, and Rashford found out that Rashford found out that and he scored 18 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be thinking, what?
Well,
Yeah.
What, they gave you that deal? They need to give me that deal because I'm
Yeah.
the one that's scoring all the
Yeah,
goals.
yeah, yeah.
So this is why it's a bit like
Yeah.
And then it's a
You don't-
domino effect,
exactly,
right?
and then
Because then he gets onto his agent, or he
Yeah.
then starts feeling
Yeah.
away in the dressing room.
Yeah.
That upsets the dressing room. The
But-
performances might.
yeah, it could do that.
It-
But I don't think you see when it comes to the wages, I don't think the players have any animosity to each other. I think
No,
it's the
no,
club.
yeah,
the club.
yeah,
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 it's the
yeah.
club.
Club,
Not
yeah.
It's the
necessarily to the
Yeah, to the
workhorse,
players,
but
yeah.
he might start feeling away to the club,
Yeah,
and which that might
cause uncertainty because he
Exactly.
might tell someone else.
Yeah.
You know, my man's on this, you know.
Exactly.
And then they're going to the club as well,
Yeah.
saying, "Yo, like,
You know what's interesting about that? I find it interesting now because I think we talk about it with some of the Arsenal players. A lot of these men have now got the same agent.
yeah,
So you've got this situation now where 3 or 4 or 5 players at the same club have the same agent. So this little cloak and dagger thing the club's doing, you can't do that. And when I've got 4 or 5 players on the spectrum, so from a Rashford
so you
all the way
know,
down
they
to a
know,
man
yeah.
coming in, you can't try it. You can't
Yeah,
because
you know.
when I did a contract for the man that's in the 3rd level, when they start to do the second of, but hold on, you just gave T that, you can't give him that,
Yeah,
and then he just goes on from there.
it works for agents. It works.
Mm.
It definitely does work for agents. But as I said, what if you ain't got the same agent?
No,
That's when
it's
it don't
different,
because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, right. That's why no one really speaks about money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think agents ain't speaking to each other
I'll say
either.
only if like say he's your brethren.
Yeah.
Yo, like you can ask for this, you know.
Mm.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I know they
they'll
got
give
that.
you. They got it.
Yeah.
Trust me. They got it. So you can nice someone. You can nice someone because they might think that, or they might think, yo, I'm. This is what I want. No. Go on.
Yeah.
They got that. They got it. Trust me.
Okay.
They got it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but no one really speaks. But anyway, they doubled my money, Brentford. They doubled the money what I was on at Notts County, and I was moving back to London.
basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Win-win.
because I left Notts County when all the money came.
Okay.
Remember when Sol Campbell and
Yeah,
Ericsson
yeah.
and I left then because I wanted to come back to London. I
Yeah.
didn't want to. They offered me. They doubled my money too.
Yeah.
But I said, nah, man. Like I'm going back to Brentford. I need to go back to London.
I saw a quote. I think it was the manager at the time, or someone saying you'd made the biggest mistake.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, how did you? I know. Like, how did you take that, or what did you think of that?
To be honest, because I didn't, they offered me this deal a long time. I just said I'm not signing it.
Yeah.
So they started to move nuts towards me.
Okay.
Basically, like you know,
Animosity.
like just trying to make my life difficult. Maybe not play me, not talk to me, bare stuff. Like I was thinking, I don't care. I'm ducking that.
I've got that down to talk about later. Actually, some of that stuff where I think personally, when a club does something, it's cool. When a player does it, all of a sudden he's ungrateful, this and that. And I've got that down to talk through later.
But Brentford basically had to play. We went to a tribunal because I was under 24. So I think they paid $100,000 or something like that. I don't know. So they had to go through the tribunal to do it. But this is another thing. Like Notts County was just saying a madness. Like, we made him what he was to try and get as much money as they can. Is what they do, innit?
Yeah.
Like and well, not the Notts County did, the manager did, I should say. Like we did this for him, we made him, and just saying bare things. I get it. You're trying to get as much money out of them as you can, so you're gonna try and sell it the way they did. So I end up anyway going to Brentford. Andy Scott was the manager at the time, and it was good. They gave me an apartment, and that, so I used to up and down south, and my apartment was, where was it? It was near Feltham. Because it was right, the training ground was near Heathrow.
Okay,
I know.
So the apartments was around that area. So they gave me an apartment, so I was just up and down, but I just enjoyed it, man. It was good. I ended up playing. I think I scored 10 goals that season. I think I did my first season, in League One, and I thought I was gonna get a move, man. Like I thought I'd done well enough to get a move.
Yeah. What Championship one?
Whatever one, but because I was 20. 10 goals in League One. I started up front, then I went to the wing, and I thought, but the agent at the time I had was just not good enough.
Were the club sniffing around?
I think, this is what he told me, but nothing happened. Even on my debut, I'll never forget this. We played Carlisle away, and I scored 2.
Yeah.
And I had a one-on-one with the keeper to score my hat-trick, and I dragged it wide.
It's funny how you remember it all now, vividly, bro.
I was devastated. That would have been a hat-trick on my debut. They would have never forgot that.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? I would never forget, but the club would never have forgot that.
Here and here.
And I was like, man, I dragged the ball. I couldn't believe it. So I ended up starting up front for the first bit, and then went to the wing. So I thought, as a winger, like 10 goals, that's a good return. And I think I must have got some assists as well. So it must have been more than 10 goals. So I was thinking, I gotta get a move here.
Okay,
Did transpire?
I got a new contract.
Yeah.
I ended up signing a new deal with them after that year. But how
does that work? You go to your agent and say
they offered it to me.
No, in terms of so you said you thought you was going to get a move. Do you go to your agent and say, look, I'm looking to go to a better club or
no? So he should, good agents would come to you and say, yo, like this club, that club, this club's interested in you. Especially if you got 10 goals, you should have interest. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's saying to you, keep up so I can pick up the phone.
I'm saying to him, yo, like, what's going on here? Like, I've scored 10 goals here. Like, you're telling me there's
no one calling.
Not even a better League One team that kind of wants me. And it's not necessarily that I wanted to leave Brentford, but
with that natural progression, you want to progress your
you're
career.
Thinking, yo, like, surely I get a move here. Do you know what I'm saying? But it never happened, and I don't mind. I ended up signing a new deal there. I enjoyed it. I played well that season. I think we finished 8th or something. I don't know, but I had a good season. So for me, like I was happy to sign there. But I just thought I could have got a better move.
Yeah, 3, and it seemed like you had 3 strong seasons there. But Daryl remembers something very specific about your time at Brentford that he wanted to ask you about.
I was reading something, mate. See some penalty business going on there. What happened? You did miss. You definitely missed. No, but it was on the thing, so I'm thinking, right, it must have been a big thing. But we had conversations about penalties before this season, the Haaland and the Gundogan thing.
Yeah.
And this was a bit different though. They said you was arguing with someone about taking a penalty, and you took the penalty and you missed.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I can't remember it, but
Of course you don't.
nah, I can't remember, to be honest with you, but if I'm honest, yeah, maybe then I wanted the glory now. I just believe strikers should take them, man. They get goal bonuses. I'm not saying I don't, but they get the goal bonuses. I'll just like in my team now. I let the strikers. If they don't do it, then I will step up and do it.
Yeah.
But
So if you get fouled, you tell the striker come.
Yeah, we got a penalty taker.
Yeah, that's
So
Okay.
that's my thing. Yeah, we got a
Okay,
penalty taker.
You can
So
do the example.
All right. So with the whole Haaland and Gundogan thing, right? Haaland's on 2 goals. No, Gundogan's on 2 goals.
Yeah.
Haaland's penalty taker. He's obviously the striker.
you got to give him the hat trick.
You got
Thank you.
Done.
Nah.
Thank you.
I
You
still
have to give him
disagree.
the hat
Thank
Done.
you.
I still
I-
disagree.
That's what I said.
That's me. That's
Yeah,
me.
but-
That's me.
Yeah, but Myles is
personally.
nice though.
That's me personally.
but remember, they're
Thank
2-0 up
That's enough.
Against-
So if he misses,
against
Thank you.
Leeds, which is, they ended up winning, yeah, but they were 2-0 up against Leeds. They're hunting Arsenal down.
Yeah,
these
they missed a
times.
pen and the lead scored, didn't he?
They
Yeah.
Then Gundogan missed the pen.
Then Lee scored.
Then Leeds scored.
and then
you know how the thing goes.
and
It
then-
could be
and
anything.
then- So what? So Gundogan missed it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then
And
Leeds
then-
went and scored.
Then Leeds
make
went
it
and
2-1.
scored, and then it was touch and go,
And
but
it
they
was
got the
all-
3
Yeah,
points.
but you never know. You're never gonna know if someone's gonna.
So obviously there
And
was
then
a little
afterwards is-
backlash that
Yeah.
he gave him the penny, but he's saying he's on a hat trick. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
I'm letting him take it.
Yeah, man.
Me
Thank
personally,
you.
just because he's on a hat trick, and it was 2-0 at the time.
Yeah.
If it was 1-0, obviously it's not going to be on a hat trick.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not giving it. Haaland
Which is
takes it.
understandable.
But
Yeah,
at
I agree
2-0,
with
there's
that
a
as well.
cushion.
Thank
So if he does miss,
Thank you.
you still got a
It's
chance.
fine, I wasn't
Shake
arguing,
hands,
bro.
Do you know what I mean?
I still
Hey,
disagree.
Like,
Like, I don't care.
I wasn't arguing with you, but
still
I think the
disagree.
point was someone said it was arrogance or
Yeah.
something, or
Yeah, we were. That was
Yeah,
the
that
whole
was
thing.
it.
Was
I-
it arrogance
Nah,
because
I
they were
don't
playing
think
Leeds?
I don't think it's arrogant. I think in any situation you still give him the. I'm giving it
I
to
said
him.
any situation.
He's a hat. He's
You
on a
think?
hat.
You think you think my man ain't looking at it like? But we're playing Leeds though.
But Haaland could have took it and missed.
Could
There you
have.
go.
But he's
But
the designated
he's the
penalty
penalty
taker.
taker.
I think
So
my
if he
contribution-
misses, he misses.
My contribution to the debate was if it's 2-0 against Liverpool or Arsenal
You say Haaland
or
takes it.
Bayern Munich
Course,
or Real
you
Madrid,
know he
Haaland
takes
is putting
it.
that ball down and he's slapping the net.
100%.
100%. So that's where the arrogance thing comes in. It's like, it's only because he's Leeds, you thought, let me give my
I
British
hear that.
hat trick.
I understand that.
You know what I mean? Whereas
actually,
actually, if that was the case, do that in every situation. But I think if it's a game where, well, as we say, you respect the opposition a bit more, that's 2-0 Real Madrid. Second leg,
Maybe
see
I
Uncle Father.
hear that. I hear that.
You're not giving him the ball.
Maybe
You don't give
Is
him
it
the
is okay? A slightly different scenario.
Mm.
Is it arrogance then if City go, all right, cool, we've got a cushion on Arsenal.
Mm.
We don't need to field our strongest team. We've got a cup game we need to
Why
worry
was he
about.
doing this? Why is he doing this?
And they field a weakened Man City team.
No, that ain't arrogance.
that's
They're
arrogance.
Is that
looking to
arrogance?
another
No.
game though. They're
So then
looking at
if
cup
that-
games.
how's
It's the
that
same
not
thing, though.
arrogance?
It's the same
Nah, I
thing, though.
disagree. But we
How's
can
that not arrogance?
come
Yeah,
back.
but you lose that cushion if you misses that pen and you don't win the game.
Yeah,
And then
no,
they
true.
lose the cushion if they lose that game.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's just as far as arrogance. I just think it reflected the team that they were playing. That was my thing. Remember I
Yeah.
said at the time.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
not
it's as
arrogance.
far as
The thing is, I
arrogance,
think
but it
they've got
reflects the
loads-
team that they were
He
playing.
got loads of games, man, so he can rotate it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? That's what it is.
And
I
their
think.
weak team,
Yeah, it's as good as
Still a good
man,
team.
Do you get what I mean?
I reckon
So,
Ain't
that
no weak
second City
team.
team
Yeah.
would qualify for Europa.
they could be qualified for
I
the
think
Champions
the
League.
Champions League,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
There you
could.
go.
So
There
it's
you
not
go.
really a weak team. So that's my thing. Yeah, it's not. I would have given it up anyway. I would have gave the penalty up. But for me, as I said, strikers, they don't even have to be a striker.
But
Because,
You're the penalty taker.
yeah, whoever the penalty
designated-
taker is, like, but more than likely it's going to be a striker because they want to get as much goals for the season.
Yeah.
Which I agree. Go and score, innit? Like
Yeah.
it's a free shot.
Yeah, it's
Do
true.
you know what I
Shoes
mean?
shouldn't be missing pens.
And they, if I'm honest, they probably got the most goal bonuses
Yeah.
and thingy. So go on, take
That's
it.
your thing.
You get what I mean? So,
And I guess you had some highlights of your career. What, 2 promotions?
2 promotions, yeah.
One as a champion and one as a playoff winner.
Playoff, yeah.
So talk us through that, because again, there's many people who have a long career, they'll play many games, but relatively few people win anything.
Yeah.
Relatively few people can say they were the champion of their league. You know, they were part of the
Mm.
best team for the whole season. I was about to say 38 games, but you man play all 40-something games. in the
46,
league,
yeah.
so. So talk us through that. Like, as you go through the season, what's the mentality like? What's the when do you start believing we've got this?
I'll go back to before I even went to Gillingham slightly. So I had another Uwe Rosler was the manager of Brentford when I was
City legend.
So he came over. I had a year under him.
Mm.
I was in and out of the team. But the following year, I had another year left.
Yeah.
But he was like, Westy, I can't guarantee that you're going to play. Like, Gillingham's interested in you. I think you should speak to them and see if you want to go, which I respected it.
I was going to say, you prefer that? Yeah.
That's the managers that are the honest ones. They're the best ones.
Yeah.
For me, I'd rather you tell me. If I'm going to be on the bench and not play, I'm not in your plans, I'd rather you just tell me so I know. Don't lead me on. A lot of managers lead players on and don't tell them the truth because they in their head they're thinking, like they don't like conflict. You know what I'm saying? They don't like. I've had managers that can't look at man in the eye, like all these things. Like
I think that's crazy. I can be a professional manager and like not like conflict.
But my thing is, a manager's job is not easy because he's got to control 22 to 25 players. Men as well. Like it's not like so you're controlling different personalities, different mindsets, different everything, different ages. So
they all come with their
it's
different
not
problems
easy
from
to be a
outside.
manager. So I could be a hothead. Like you saying to me, I'm not playing. I could argue back, or you could go to someone else that you can bad up, and he's just gonna have it. So certain managers don't like. The real ones will just be honest with everyone.
Yeah.
They're the best ones.
Yeah.
The ones that are not honest, and the ones that are like, maybe just lead you on. They're the worst ones to me. Just tell the truth. Like,
or they send their assistant to deliver the bad news or something.
Man, I've had that bare times as well.
Is it?
Man. Yeah, like you're not playing and the assistant and all that stuff. I've had all of that. But yeah, anyway, he said go and speak to them. I didn't want to because they was in League 2.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to go back to League 2. I want to stay in League 1. So Martin Allen was the manager at that time. And he wanted me so much. He came to my house in Sydenham. I never had a manager come inside my house and sit down. By him doing that
was it.
Sold me. I was like, what? A manager come from wherever he lives. I don't even know where he lived. He came all the way down and sat in my front room, my dad and me, and told me what he wanted to do with the team, how much he wanted me. I said, nah, Dad, we got to go have this. Like the next day, so that was Wednesday. On a Thursday, me and my dad went to the stadium and spoke to the chairman. So the chief executive, the manager, and the chairman. We had a meeting with them, and basically, I signed on the Friday.
Wow.
But me and my dad done the deal.
I was gonna say, where's your agent? Are you
no
you
agent?
Yeah,
I have an agent them time.
Yeah.
So I stuck to my phone. But the funny thing is, that's the biggest deal I've ever had.
Yeah.
And my dad done it.
Yes.
Okay.
Sick.
Nice.
So the most money I've ever had, my dad negotiated that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So this is why I'm not against agents. I'm not against them because you do need them for certain things. Like because my dad ain't got connections like
there's certain rooms
people.
that they can give you.
Their connections are different. But in this instance, my dad done the deal. Like I'll never forget it. Like they was drinking rum together, the chairman and my dad. If I saw that chairman today, the Gillingham chairman, he will always ask, "How's your dad?" All the time because
amazing.
Remember, it's not like it's a deal. Like it's like
it's a connection.
You're talking to my dad now, so you're not talking. You're not just talking. It's not like
modern business.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's almost like a family friend.
Yeah,
kind of
like it wasn't like you're dealing with an agent. You're dealing with someone's dad. So I ended up signing there on the Friday, the next day. But my thing was, I was like, I don't even know nothing about this team. I don't know if we're going to get promoted. I don't know if we're going to get relegated. I had no idea. I just liked the manager. I was like, listen, after him coming to my house, after meeting the chairman, I'm signing here. And we ended up getting promoted from doing that. And I had another year at Brentford, so I could have stayed there. But decided to take the jump and go to Gillingham, and then went back to League 1 anyway.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
So in regard, with the promotion, right? I wanted to ask about what's it like in the running, right? So I looked at the table and you lot finished, I think it was 4 points ahead of second, who were then like 2 points ahead of third. So I can't remember how it went, but I'm assuming it was tight right up into the end.
Yeah, I think there was two teams. Who was the team we were battling with? I can't remember the team. Who was it? Well, not it was. I'm trying to figure out. It was tight for the whole season though, but I think we went 10 games unbeaten. The first 10 games we didn't lose. We won 8 and drew 2 or something like that.
Memory's good, boy.
Yeah, was that it?
Yeah.
So we won 8 games.
So just touching on that because like I watch quite a lot of league football.
Yeah.
And the start of the Championship League 1, League 2 doesn't really mean much. Because like you've seen teams that kick on
and then
so like for this season just gone, Reading started the season really well.
Yeah,
got relegated.
Coventry
and Luton
started really bad.
Started really bad. Coventry and Middlesbrough started really bad
and
we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So is there a point when you're playing kind of league football where you think, right, we've got to take it serious from you got to start serious from the beginning, there's a point where you're like
in I'd say in a football league or in any league, I'd say they say after the first 10 games you can see how the league's gonna shape. Not how it's gonna finish, but how it's shaping.
Yeah.
So you can see like
there'll be a couple of outliers that make big jumps, but
so you can
most people
see
are
kind of like how it's gonna. And we was luckily that we was flying. And if I'm honest, think about it, you still got 36 games left.
Yeah.
So 10 games ain't even gonna meet, but it just gives you a cushion.
Yeah, it's not even
so you can afford to lose a game here and lose a game there because your cushion is so much. We was ahead of everyone, I think. Like so, it was us and another team.
Rotherham.
Yeah, Rotherham. That's it. It was us and Rotherham, and then there was the rest. So it was no one else near us. We was for the league. We were just fighting it out. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and in League 2, remember 3 go up automatic and 1 through the playoffs. So we always knew like we were going to go up, but it was fighting to win it. That was what it was.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
To be go up as champions.
That was what it was. We got promoted like a month before or something crazy, or 5 weeks before. And then it was just fighting Rotherham to see who won the league.
So in a title challenge like that, how are you looking at Rotherham? You looking at how they're doing and saying, is that putting added pressure on your games or how you perform?
You definitely look. You have to, man.
Because you know how they get in the media and they're like, oh, we're just taking our game one game at a time.
You definitely look. You're definitely looking. And football community is small, man. Everyone knows everyone. I probably had friends at Rotherham speaking to them. Oh, what are you not doing? Do you know what I'm saying?
And then the football schedule, you might play lunchtime. They might play the next day.
So,
did you ever have to kind of G anyone up? Because I know, like you say, you got promoted 5 weeks to go. Did anyone kind of rest on the laurels, or did you have to be like, "Come on, like let's do this"? Or was
you know what it is? We had a good mix, man. We had good leaders. Even Dion Burton was in my team, so he was experienced. So we had a good mix of experience and youth. So they led us. The older ones definitely led us to that league. Adam Barrett, he was the captain. He was. Imagine this, he was the captain when I got promoted at Gillingham and the captain when I got promoted at Southend. So captain, I call him my captain. That's my captain. Do you get what I mean? So, but we had good leaders to lead us, like people that's been there before. So it was, we was lucky. And Martin Allen, the reason why I liked him so much, man, he was just so confident and positive, man. Like, positive. He believed that we could beat anyone, like, and that's what I loved about him. He was just like, like we're gonna go and beat them, man. Like we're gonna win, and he was just so positive, and that positivity,
it's infectious.
On us. So we was going into games thinking we're gonna beat these teams. Like we used to win 1-0, and I'm like, I don't even know how we won the 1-0 because we got battered. Do you get what I mean? The whole game, but we won. That's why I say that's a sign of a champion. If you can win 1-0 on a Tuesday night away from home, that's a sign of a championship team, a team that's going to win. They're the teams that get promoted. The little 1-0, not the teams that batter teams. You go away and win 1-0, they're the ones that count. Because that's the hardest. That's the hardest to get your mind around.
That's where you're
you get what I mean?
The mentality.
When it's sunny on a
monsters,
Saturday, you can get up for that. But can you get up for a Tuesday night when it's raining? You get what I mean? So we had a good balance in the team. So it was good, man. It was good.
I know you touched on it quickly, but the importance of having good leaders, right? You said how you refer to him as your captain. Like, just speak to his influence maybe a little bit more about how him or maybe one or two others, what kind of things they done to just keep everyone in check or make sure that the levels didn't drop.
I just think the standard, like they just set the standard. So in training, like just making sure that you're training properly and it's not like sloppy. And I'm not saying you got to train good every game because that's not true. No one does that. But just the majority of the time, make sure your standard's high. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing because we're in a good position here. Don't mess it up for everyone else. You get what I mean? So we had people like that, and Dion Burton, and as I said, he played internationally, played at the World Cup, and so he would guide us and give us help where we need it, especially the younger boys.
Yeah.
Like, so we had good leaders, man. We had good leaders, so it helped definitely in the running for that.
You can see there's like a core set of players who played a lot of games, like 5 or 6 players who played, 30, 35, 40 games, and then other people that filled in around. So, it's old football stereotype, but you almost had like a spine, It was yourself, Dion Burton played a lot of games. There's a couple of centre-backs that played a lot of games, Andy Frampton, Charlie Allen. So it was like you had a core spine, and then maybe a bit of luck, right? Because you don't play 41, 42 games without injury and have 6 or 7 players. So that's a little bit of element of that as well.
Yeah, I think, do you know what that was as well? Like, as I said, Martin Allen, he believed that he could play any team and was going to win. He rotated it all the time.
Okay.
So it didn't even matter. I would score and I might not start the next game.
Yeah.
He's like, Westy, I'm going with them two,
And how did you feel about that?
I was fine with it because he was honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, the next game I might start. I'll probably start.
Yeah.
He was like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just, if you're going to be honest with me, I can no matter how you feel, I have to respect it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So even if you say, Westy, like, I don't rate you as a player, and that's your honest opinion, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? It's when you're lying and saying these bare different things.
Say one
That's
thing
what.
to you, you'll say something to someone else.
Yeah, I can't do with that. I'd rather just be honest with me, and then I can respect your opinion. Do you get what I mean? Because if you actually feel like that, then that's your feelings. I'm not gonna say no, you're wrong. I can believe you're wrong, but if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. Do you get what I mean?
I agree with that. As long as you don't insult me, you can have your opinion.
Yeah, that's it.
Just don't insult me. You're entitled to your opinion.
That's it. Exactly.
And so then now, you're champions. You've won the league. You're the best team in the league. What's the feeling around the club? Because obviously, to get through a season, it's not just the team and your manager. There's the whole club. Everyone is supporting you. The support staff, the people at the club, the coach driver. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's kind of in it together. What's the feeling like around the club?
It was I said that was my first promotion, so it was amazing, man. Like, winning the league, getting promoted. As I said, we got promoted like weeks before.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we knew like the promotion was good, but to lift the trophy,
that
was the difference. Like, we was and if I'm correct, we had to, I think, draw the last game of the season. We had to draw it. And I think we was up 2-0 and then they came back 2-2 or something like that. And it was nervy. I was thinking, oh my God, like, but we ended up doing it. And yeah, like lifting a trophy, having your family there, see it, experience it. Because if I'm honest, that time there when I was at Gillingham, my cousins used to come to my games every game. My cousin Edward and my cousin Aaron used to come to my game every game. And they even they was there. My dad obviously was there all the time. And they saw me lift the trophy and they obviously, they even got pictures with the trophy.
Yeah.
So like, it was nice. Like, you see when you get promoted, you see like when Man City and like all their kids and
hold the
it's like
league
that.
and all
It's
that.
actually like that. Like you like everyone gets a chance to have the
Celebrate,
trophy or celebrate and take pictures with everyone, and it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling.
That's a good point actually, because you think of all these players. Imagine being that kid. When you're older, you got a picture of you holding the Champions
trophy,
League.
yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
I never thought of that
They'll
before.
never ever forget that. If you keep the picture and show them when they're grown up, they're gonna like, yo.
Yeah, especially if they love ball when they grow up. Imagine now you've got a picture of you in
inspiring.
Champions League. Yeah, it's so
This
true.
is it. So I ended up winning the league, and it was a great feeling. And then money goes up, everything goes up.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
promoted, you get depending on what contract you get, you get a bonus. You get maybe between 10 and 20% increase, and you're in a higher league.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so there's a domino effect with this stuff. Like, this is another thing when you're playing, you're thinking about this.
Yeah.
Listen, we need to win. Come on, money's going up. Make sure.
Mo Salah's tweeting.
Do you know what I mean? Make sure you defend because we need to win this game. I need my money to go up.
Bro, you know what's funny? You know when Salah did that speech on Liverpool when they didn't make the Champions League? This is not good enough, rare. I said, he did it on Twitter, that long thing. I said to the guys in the group, bruv, he's just steaming because he didn't get his Champions League bonus.
This is it.
There's probably a clause that he gets less money because of Champions
millions
League.
he lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
easy.
saying? Like, it's
Bro.
in the thinking about it, when I was in the squad, I remember the bonuses for Charlton. this is 15 years ago, whatever, 20 years ago. I remember it was £5,000 for a start, £3,000 for the bench, and 1,500 if you're in the squad. This is 15 years ago.
That's mad.
Yeah.
So what is it now?
Oh, and that's not even all. That all stacks up. You
So
can
no,
do
that's
all of
like,
those in
so
one game.
that's what you got. So £5,000 if you start,
Yep.
£3,000 if you come off the
Per
bench,
game.
and if you're in the stand, you get 1,500.
That could be my wages.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
years ago,
You don't even have to
In
pay
the
me per
Prem.
week.
That was the bonuses. So when I was in the stand, I remember the game I played was Wigan. The game when I flew on the plane was Wigan, and if they lost, you have to win though.
Yeah.
So I was in the stand. I would have got 1,500 for that,
Bang.
just for
Yeah,
traveling.
Being part of it.
Think about it. The man that travel can be earning 1,500 every time.
Yeah, it's
That
true.
was like 15
But it
years ago.
incentivizes you because then you want to get on the bench.
To
You want
get
to do
the
well.
£3,000.
You want to get on the pitch, do your
To get-
£3,000,
Yeah.
get your goal bonus, get your win bonus.
And now I think it's even more like it'll be different. Like
Yeah.
it'll be specific to the player now.
Yeah.
So you could be on 10 grand.
Yeah.
I could be on 15.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's different. That was like a general
Mm,
bonus.
Yeah.
I don't know
For the
what they
player
had
power.
in their goal bonuses, appearance bonus. I don't know what they had.
Yeah.
But that was just a general bonus for everyone. And this was years ago. So
Yeah.
now I don't even know what people are
So would
getting.
that be the same for like academy players? So you know, like when Arsenal bring like these 15-year-olds and put
On
them
the bench.
That was that Ethan.
Let me give you
Yeah,
give you
for this,
another story. So Chesney came on loan to Brentford
Yeah.
when I was there. And don't
I
quote me.
remember that loan still.
He said that he was on the bench for the Champions League. I think this is when Arsenal was in Champions League. And I think he got like 56 grand just for being on the bench. I think he was on the bench like
For being on the
I
bench.
think he was on the bench like
Nah.
maybe 3 times or 4 times.
Yeah.
He didn't start. He didn't come on.
Yeah.
But for being there, that's
Yeah.
how much money that he
That's
got.
mad.
So this is the money you can
That's
get by
bonkers.
from not
For
even
being on the
playing.
bench.
You can be rich by not even playing football.
Yeah, but
Do you know what I'm
again,
saying?
but can you imagine, Imagine, so you make the
I
bench.
can't imagine, sorry. That's mad.
You make the bench. But the way I'm
Whoa.
training tomorrow,
Blood.
you will think that man's
That's why
gonna
they
back-
probably bought on my man, the kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, he
Arsenal
backfired.
15-year-old.
Yeah, but I think
Just
these
to
days,
give
with
him
the
a
way,
little, you get me, the
But
experience
the thing is,
and peas.
You say you want to start, but why do you need to start? You're getting 56 grand. Like you could
No,
be
but
getting
bro,
like a 10
That's
on the. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's Champions. That's the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, this is what I'm saying. Like now, football, the money in football now
Yeah.
is you
But-
don't even have to be good. You just got to be okay.
But Myles, my thing is though, if you're the starting keeper in the Champions League team,
Yeah,
you're making 100 grand a week or 50. So that's the incentive. Like, that's the carrot.
yeah.
That's the carrot.
incentive.
Yeah, that's
it's
the
true.
carrot.
Yeah, but
That's
do
the
you still need to be like, your mentality has to be
Mindset.
serious
Yeah, that's
to be
correct.
getting
Mindset.
50 quid to sit on the bench
50 quid.
and still think like,
He was
You know what I mean?
19. I
Yeah,
swear.
yeah,
When he was, I think he was 19.
Yeah,
Remember, he was young. He was he was 19 them
that's
times.
brave.
bro.
That's
Or
mad.
20 or
so
something.
when I
you
go
knew me at
into
19. That
train
happened to me.
tomorrow, like the next day,
Yeah.
and think I want more, you still got to be.
Yeah.
A lot of people can just relax.
Yeah,
100%.
you
Forget
made
The
that.
all
best
money,
will
bro.
do that.
Yeah.
The best
Yeah.
will say, "I'm getting in this team,"
Yeah.
regardless of the money.
But yeah,
That's the difference.
Okay.
So the best will be like, all right, I've got 56 grand or whatever, but that's not my goal. I want to play.
And I don't want it to be the last 56
Yeah,
grand.
like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good getting it, but I want to go and play now and get the money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the difference
This
between.
makes sense now why I see so many players that are just happy to be on the bench. Like if they come on, they come on. They're chopping money regardless.
Regardless, if you're in a Prem, any Prem team, you're getting a madness.
Yeah.
For being on the bench. It doesn't matter.
But I've had
Champ teams as well.
yeah,
Champ now, the money.
trickle down.
Yeah, it's trickled down. Even League One teams, I wouldn't say as much League One teams, but Champ and Prem bonuses and appearances. Like there's players in the Champ on 60 grand a week. That wasn't when
Yeah.
when I was younger. That never happened.
Never.
60. So you don't even have to play Prem to be rich.
Yeah.
You can sit on 60 grand a week at the Champ Club.
Yeah, it's so true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But I'm hearing they've evolved certain things now. So even appearance, but I used to see players coming on 89th minute, 88th minute. I'll make the joke, I was just getting his appearance bonus. But I remember I read one article and a few agents talked sort of anonymously. And they're like, nah, the clubs ain't having it now. To get your appearance bonus, you got to play a certain amount of minutes, bro.
60 minutes.
Unless you're a
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
stature of player.
Yeah,
You
something
gotta play-
can be.
you gotta
Yeah,
play
so
certain
it
amount
can
of
be in your
minutes.
contract. So
Yeah.
like it might be 15 minutes you have to come on to get that.
Yeah.
But some players might
But you
not
still
have
get
that.
the bench P.
Yeah, you still might get.
Yeah, but and then
or the
but
win
if you're
bonus or whatever.
yeah, but if you have certain players, you can't give them that. They'll be like, no, if I touch pitch, appearance fee.
Yeah. That's what.
But
That's
certain
what some,
people, it's
because that's what I'm saying. Contracts are individual.
yeah,
And it's not the same. So
Yeah.
what's in mine might be different to yours.
Mm.
It's what you negotiate.
yeah.
You get what I mean? So I don't know what players negotiating their deals, but it could be like as I said, it could be 1 second.
Yeah,
It could be 15 minutes.
Mm.
So it's
Mm.
what your agent or what you negotiate in your
Yeah.
deal. So
Yeah, that's why no one chats about it, because I'd be fuming.
Bro.
If
Come
he
on,
came
bro.
to me and said, "Yeah, every time I touch pitch, I get 10 quid." I'll be like, "What?"
I've got to get on that 74th minute. And every week the managers bring your 77th minute. Yeah.
that's what happened to me. I've looked at the clock and thinking, yo, bring me on, so I want my bonus, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you get what I'm saying? So
So when it passes that
It's a
that
job
time,
as well.
it's to
yeah,
come
you
on,
don't
like,
get it.
you're like, but are you in the mindset of like, don't even bother bring me on?
Nah, because you still can get a goal bonus. So you
Yeah.
still can get another.
The next bonus.
I'm not getting that one. I can still get that one.
So that's what I'm saying. You still can get a bonus though.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You might not get the appearance, but if you score, you get your goal.
And you get a win bonus.
Win
You
bonus as well.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
get something.
And I've heard before, like, I know people who know players, whatever, they're like, because bonuses are paid at the end of the season or something at some clubs.
Some clubs.
Yeah,
But,
so you get the
depends on-
bonus sheet.
Yeah.
I said, the bonus sheet is just get like this. And it's just acting out.
Yeah.
This game, boom, boom,
You
boom.
know,
This
but,
game,
like,
boom, boom, boom.
I don't. Well, my club, we get it end of the month.
Yeah.
So through out the month, they'll calculate what
Yeah.
games you've played, what bonuses you had, and you get it that month. Some clubs might do it at the end of the year,
Yeah.
but sometimes that's better because you're getting a lump sum.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
You know
I'll
what I'm
rather
saying?
that end of the
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
that I
like,
don't
you know
even
what I'm
think
saying?
about
So
it.
you're getting a lump sum, and
Yeah.
you're thinking, "Raw, that's money that I didn't even know." Like,
Mm.
and you can just get a big lump sum. So
Yeah.
it's what you prefer. But yeah, like there's so much like different things that happen in football and different technicalities
Yeah,
that there is. But I don't even. Do you know? I actually don't believe that people actually know football. When I say know
I agree.
football,
Yeah.
they know that they watch it, but they
Yeah,
don't know
I don't
the.
No.
The
They don't
ins
know
and
what
outs.
really football
Ins
is.
and outs.
There's a lot
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like in it. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a
Well-
lot that you wouldn't know if you've never experienced it or if you've never heard of, someone never told you. Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I think-
So
The time that I really got to sit inside football, one of my brothers is an agent. And some of the stuff he's told me, because players will never really tell you that. Some of the stuff players don't know. And some of the stuff he's told me that agents do or he's heard or what you have to do as an agent, that's when I was like, no, this football is a bit of a mafia thing. Like, it's a bit crazy. And like you say, there's lots of little things around you. And if any of them is just off or it's not right, like the physio can mash up your career or you got an agent that doesn't get you that big move that then dominoes effects, your career can go like this or go like this, you know? And yeah, football's crazy. Even Simon Jordan now, when he's talking about certain things, we've not had a chairman kind of be talking about
Listen, this is
all
what I
the time.
listen to. Listen
Yeah.
to talks.
I can't hear noise.
because you
Nah, regardless of
think-
whether you like him or not, the insight he brings
It's facts.
is
And it's from a total different perspective.
Perspective.
He
This is it.
paid these guys.
Yeah,
This is it.
yeah.
They
In the
weren't
Prem
chatting
as
to
well.
him
Facts.
about,
It's
oh,
facts.
yeah,
Yeah.
brethren
It's true.
thing.
Yeah.
I paid you.
Yeah.
lot. The managers. When he's talking about, I interviewed my man, I didn't like him. Like, he's just chatting rubbish to me.
Yeah.
That's what, you come to me for a job.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that's what
That's
I like.
different.
It's a
Yeah.
different perspective. It's even like I've got my coaching badge. I've got my UEFA B, and when I've done that, I looked at football different again. I looked at it through a coach's eyes. I'm like, now that makes sense why he did that.
Yeah.
Because before I look at it through a player's eyes,
Like, what?
and now I'm looking at it like, now like, okay, that might make sense why that manager done that now because
Yeah.
I can see his coaching techniques or he was trying to do this.
Yeah.
But I didn't before I got my badges. I didn't know. I didn't look at it like that. I just
Yeah.
looked at it through a player's eyes. Do you get what I mean? So it's good that he's talking because now you're looking at it from a chairman's eyes.
It's a
exactly.
different
Do you know
thing,
what I'm
even
saying?
when he's
Exactly.
defending Levy and that.
Yeah.
Because he knows what it takes. Like
Exactly.
he's thinking, bro, he's brought in Conte and this brother's chatting rubbish.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
paying him. That's what he's probably thinking. Like,
And he's
that's
paid him.
He's in his kind of.
Think
He's
about
with
this.
Levy in that. I've paid you. I'm
100%.
paying you, bro, to
Think
do a
about
job.
this. We were saying about managers. We're saying managers have to take care of 22, 25 players.
Mm.
Chairman's got to take care of everyone.
Yeah, all
The whole
employees,
club.
yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
So he's looking at it different. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bro, and this is the thing, we're talking about Bournemouth earlier. Obviously, they've let
No.
they let him go.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, what's he doing? What they doing? Like, he kept them up. And I'm like, hold on. Let's just try and look at it from their point of view. They bought the club for 120 million, whatever it was in December. He did well to keep them up. He did well in a specific situation. But this was his first managerial job. So actually, I've got 5 months history, or I can go and get someone who maybe is more experienced and keep me in the league. They might be wrong, but if I get relegated, I've got to let people go. You hear, they don't talk about it as much, but when certain clubs get relegated, bro, if you see redundancies,
it's a lot.
people lose their jobs.
It's a lot.
Bro, it's mad. So
on that, what's gone? You've gone.
So no, finish your point because my question is going off.
I hear it, man. Like I feel so that when I saw it today, I was like, nah, man, that's a liberty.
No, I felt bad for him.
Like he kept them up. You know how hard it is to do the Premiership,
bro.
In the Prem, you gotta give him a try. You gotta give him a little start.
No, don't.
Like that's how I believe.
Though, is when you do well, I think it's at that point when you say, you know what, let's go on to better because we don't want to be fighting for.
But he could get the new managers coming could be just as
It
bad.
could be.
No, I agree.
We will never know.
I agree, but it's about reducing the risk, and I think to your point about you saying now you see things different. I've never been someone who has been put in charge of a £120 million purchase. I've got people's money behind me chatting.
Yeah, it's true.
I've got people, as you said, I've got people's jobs on the line. I remember I went to a talk one and the CEO was like, listen, there's times I don't sleep for weeks. And they're like, well, you got money. It's like, there's 2,000 people working this business, bro. I've got to make decisions.
I heard that.
I've got to make decisions that mean someone might not be able to pay their mortgage next month or whatever. So I think when they're looking at it like that, and these days as well, bruv, staying in the Prem or not staying in the Prem is such a big swing. I can understand why they might make a decision like that. That first of all looks a bit nuts. Like, man, keep you up. Where's the loyalty? But
I think you're on a train that not many football fans will ever get on.
Yeah.
Like you're very methodical and look at football from a business perspective.
yeah,
The average football fan
no, it's not doing that.
doesn't do that.
no,
will
they
never
don't.
do that.
They
No,
don't.
no,
They
I
don't.
They're
agree.
just like, oh, we stayed up after
Yeah.
a really bad start.
Yeah.
Give him a try.
Yeah.
Where they will never ever see them. You could explain it down to the T,
Yeah.
and they were like, well, that doesn't concern me. What happened on the pitch
Yeah.
is what I'm worried about.
And I love that because if next season they stabilize, let's say they finish 15th or 16th, no one will be like, oh, you know what?
Of course. Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, they were right, you know. They're not going to say that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I find those things sort of, as we now talk about ball every week, I find those things interesting because, bruv, that, especially now, the more money that's in the game, the cliff just gets higher. The cliff just gets higher. And look how long it took Leeds to come back.
It's hard.
It's madness,
man. Like
bro.
the Prem, getting to the Prem's hard. Staying in the Prem's hard. You know what I mean? That league for me is the best league in the world. So to even get into it, like Luton, they're not gonna stay in the Prem.
Whipping boys.
Let's just be honest.
Okay.
Like they're not gonna stay in the Prem. They're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
They're gonna enjoy it. Like it's gonna be a good season for them. It's gonna be an experience, but even they can't compete with them other teams.
Yeah,
they
it's
can't.
It's mad.
Like their stadium holds like 10,000 or something like that. The money that they're gonna be, the players they're gonna be bringing in. To be honest, unless they got a
Got a rich owner.
they have. But my thing is, or a good manager that can get the best. But then again, getting the best out of them players ain't gonna compete to the Prem players. It's impossible.
Not even to stay up.
No.
It's hard, bro.
Need a lot of
Because if
luck.
you look at Forest, right?
A lot of luck.
Even Forest, they're not a normal
they're
problem.
gonna, it's gonna, like, for me, that's what, because I'm not saying they ain't even got a good team because Luton done brilliant this season. But you're coming against, as I said, Tuesday night, you're gonna have to go Old Trafford or Emirates.
In front of the lights,
Blood.
sky.
Comfy Prem players.
60,000
Comfy Prem players.
You're not gonna
Comfy.
get Luton fans coming for you.
No, but you know what it is. no, but you know what it is, Mark.
Knees shaking as you're walking onto the pitch. Come on, bro.
They just gotta enjoy it.
I look at
Enjoy
Forest.
it.
No, but look
Come
at
on,
Forest,
man.
right? I think Forest were a bit of an anomaly because not many teams that just come up can go and sign 20-something players.
Exactly.
Their owner had certain resources.
Yeah.
He had a really, really good manager. Their manager is very, very highly rated. Yeah. So a few things came together.
Yeah, and a lot of their players were established.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, they just survived.
Exactly.
That's
I was
my
about to
point.
say,
They
man's got
signed
Taylor Navas in goal, you know.
20-something players and just survived.
Yeah.
Man's got a Champions League
I
winner in
don't
goal.
think Luton have a chance.
This is my point. Like, so Luton, like, they're gonna have, they won't. And the thing is, I don't think it's fair that they sign a whole new team. Let them enjoy let them go up and play against the. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
so
they
they
got-
got like, do you know what I'm saying?
They got to build some stuff on their stadium first before they start signing players.
exactly.
I think they've already accounted for it in the fixtures. I think first 3 games they got to play away. because the plan they've got is gonna
take over the.
No, they're gonna play away games.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
they
can't
Play away
stay
games.
'cause
Yeah,
they-
because the works wouldn't have
They got
finished by
like
then.
the TV gantry is not up to Premier League standards.
Yeah.
That's what they got.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
they care
saying.
about
So
on TV.
I
They
just
don't
think
care
that
about
they should
fans.
just enjoy it, man. Like, just enjoy it. Enjoy going to all these mad stadiums playing against these players because they didn't think they was going to go up.
It's
They
true.
didn't, man.
But just,
So-
I just want to.
Go on,
I just want to finish off your kind of career story because it leads in, but then we've got some other bits. We're going to come back to the England thing and a few other bits.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
a good
Because,
question. too.
You're going to be a good equalizer. You've actually played the game in it, so we're gonna sort some things out today.
Yeah.
But you go up, so you get promoted with Gillingham. It's fantastic. Then you go to Southend.
Yeah.
And how did that transition happen? Because you've gone up, you've had a season after you got up, and then you've left. Like, what
So
was the?
basically, Martin Allen got sacked early doors, so like November, I'd say, and then Peter Taylor came in.
Peter Taylor.
Yeah, so Peter Taylor came in and he wanted his own players.
Yeah.
So he said he was going to give me a contract in like January. Well, he said in January he's going to give me a contract at the end of the season. Came to the end of the season and said, I'm not giving you a contract. So
So he lied to you.
he changed his
Oh, he
mind.
changed his mind.
But you see, at this stage, I'm getting to know the game. So I'm not taking it personal.
Yeah.
I understand.
He said
weren't-
he said to you what he needed to say to you to get you to play well.
Yeah. So my thing is, I don't take it personal. Like you're a new manager. You want to sign your own players, innit? Which if I was a man, I probably would want to do the same. So I respected whatever that. I didn't even like take it personal. But I ended up going Southend. Let me tell you a funny story about that one though. So I wasn't supposed to go Southend. I was supposed to go Oxford. So
Okay.
Gary Waddock was the manager at Oxford, and I went to meet him, and I liked everything about this guy. I was thinking, no, I need to play for this guy. He's sick. Agreed the deal. I'm in LA. No, I'm in Vegas with Daryl, the other Daryl. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 So I'm in Vegas.
About
with
to
him.
say I ain't been Vegas.
No, I'm in Vegas with my friend Daryl, and I get a phone call. Oh, they want to change the deal. I said, what? What do you mean they want to change the deal? Like, we've agreed everything. Like, no, they want to change the deal. They don't want to give you this. They want to give you something else.
Or they wanted to give you lower.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah, they still want
Nah.
to change it. So I said,
What's going on there?
nah, I'm not going there then. Simple. Like, tell them the deal's off. I'm not changing the deal.
Yeah,
We agreed
principles,
the deal.
innit?
Principle. I'm not going there. I would have went for less money somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just because they did that to me.
Yeah.
I said,
'Cause
no.
If they can do that to you now, you haven't even
Exactly.
joined. What then?
And then basically, my agent told Southend, Phil Brown, about obviously the deal
Phil
at
Brown.
Oxford.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, we'll give him that deal that you agreed. And I
Yeah.
ended up signing at Southend. And then the maddest thing is Gary Waddock left after like 2 months. Something crazy happened. Like, he didn't even start the season at Oxford.
Wow.
So I'm like, wow, God is good, you know, because
Yeah.
imagine if I signed
Yeah.
there and he left and
No, you're in a
all
whole
mad
nother
stuff.
mad-
Yeah, I'm
And what-
saying, bro, this is crazy.
And what's been consistent in your story so far is when things change, is because a manager has left.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
That's,
of things.
that's been apart from the injuries.
Mm.
I don't know what you guys think, but that's
No,
been a
that's what
consistent.
I've done. I've
You-
done.
Yeah.
When I say to you, oh, X or Y happened, you're like, well, the man got fired, and then
Because you know what it is? Remember, I'm his player. I'm their player.
yeah.
When they go, I'm not their player.
yeah, so you'd have gone there with Waddock. He's left.
he
You're like,
would have
oh.
been left, and I'd be like, I've got to prove myself to this new guy,
Yeah,
whoever
yeah.
this is. Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, end up going to Southend with Phil Brown. It was I like Phil Brown. He was all right. It was up and down though. Up and down season. I said I had, but the team done okay. Like, we got to the last game of the season, was third. Remember, 3 goal up automatic. Last game of the season, we was third. All we had to do was beat Morecambe away to get promoted, and they battered us. I could not believe it. I was thinking,
Oh, 3-1.
no, they smart, but they were safe. So I'm in the game. I'm saying to the players. I was on the bench that time.
Yeah.
So I was saying to the players, tell them to just chill out. Like, no, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, tell them why they're tracking, man, doing bare stuff. Like, let us win. Like, I'm thinking, like,
Miles is looking at my promotion bonus.
listen, I'm saying my money's going up. I'm getting another thing. I'm saying, these men are just playing out of their skin against us.
On that point, yeah, and this kind of refers back to like what happened in the Bundesliga, where Mainz were playing Dortmund. Mainz were safe. Dortmund had to win the league.
And mine's are playing out of their
Yeah, like I've never like mine hadn't won like, in 5 games.
Yeah.
But then they turned up last game of the season and they
Listen,
put it on Dortmund.
See, my thing is, I'm not. You have to play football, innit?
Yeah,
I'm not saying don't play.
Yeah.
But come on,
bro,
man.
I feel like
You don't have to play out of your skin, though.
I feel like
You're doing stuff that you've never done. Why? Why are you doing that?
something must happen on the pitch. I feel like a little like
To roll them up.
Yeah, something
Nah,
like that.
listen,
Like that you feel like, nah, I ain't. Nah,
See that behavior? You see that behavior? That's a you thing, you know. If I was playing in a team with him, I'm like, listen, bro. If we win today, they're not gonna win the league. Tomorrow, be like, yeah, they're not winning the league today.
I would like that. I would like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's a you thing.
I'm not gonna
100%
lie.
would
I've
be
been on the
spoiler.
other side of it.
Yeah.
I've been on the other side of it.
And you weren't chilling out.
No, I was chilling out, man. I was like, they done the same to me, Westy, man. Like, I think it was like they was winning 2-0 or something. I think it was against Wycombe. Who was that? Notts County, maybe. It was against Wycombe like years ago, and it went 2-1. And I knew some of their players, and they're like, "No, I'm like Westy, man. Like, what's your team doing? Like, what? Like, you lot are safe.
What's your
like,
team
like, what
doing?
you doing? Like, because obviously I knew some of them, man, innit? I said, bro, I don't know.
But then it goes back to what you
know what I'm
said.
saying?
But it goes back to what you said. A man wants his goal bonus. A man wants his mid
Everything,
bonus.
but I'm just saying,
So-
like they smoked us up. I was so livid. That's potentially another 3 weeks you're in. If you get to the final,
You're checked out. You know
that's what I'm saying. We're
loving
promoted.
Man having to
Man don't talk
rebook
about this
flights
stuff.
and
This is
all of
what I'm
that.
saying. That's another 3 weeks in. I'm saying we finished tomorrow. If we win today, we're going on holiday. But we've lost, so we got to do the semi-finals 2-leg and the final. If you get there, that's another 3 weeks. I'm saying we I think the final was the 25th of May. And the last game of the season was like the 5th of May. We could have finished or something. Like we would have been gone.
Yeah.
This is what players think, you know. That's another 3 weeks holiday. Instead of having 6 weeks, you're having like 4 or whatever. Or, do you know what I'm
3,
saying?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? So we was in a position. It was in our hands.
That's Memorial Weekend miss.
Do you know what I'm saying?
May the
Bro.
25th, it's over. It's done.
This is what I'm saying.
And you know what? If you get a longer holiday, you got more money in your pocket. You've been promoted. You're getting bonus.
Trust me, it was mad, and I was so livid. And think about it, we played Morecambe away. The journey back was silent.
Oh my God.
Everyone was just like, no talking, just livid, demoralized.
Yeah, of course.
You see, I mean, it was out of us and Berry, obviously, we only had to win because it was in our hands. And I think they won, but the results was, I think we finished after them.
Yeah.
So they were. We saw the celebrations on the coach back home, and I was like, "Oh my day!" Because think about this: you go in the playoffs, you're not guaranteed to win this, and usually that third space one or the fourth one don't win it.
They don't go through.
Normally, it's the bottom one with the momentum.
Because of what you
will
just
win
said,
it.
they're tired. They've played hard to almost get there.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So mentally, it was so draining, and I was like, "Oh."
Because even the championship one this season. No, was it championship? No, sorry. I think it was National League. I think it actually went up in order, didn't it? So first went up and then second
Notts
went up.
County went up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
usually that don't happen.
Usually that happen.
That don't
We were
happen.
saying,
And yeah, so we had another 3 weeks. We beat Stevenage in the semi-finals over 2 legs, went to extra time. Then we played Wycombe in the final.
I remember watching
at
that
Wembley.
game as well.
Was that your first time playing at Wembley? Or
Second time.
Oh,
So
okay.
I played
Easy.
I played in the FA. What do they call it? Was it the not
Vase.
Vase,
FA Vase.
not the
FA
Vase.
trophy.
The
What's
Vance
what's-
Trophy or something.
not Johnson's
Johnson
Pain.
Pain.
That
Johnson Pain,
one.
yeah.
We went to the final.
Yeah.
We lost though. I lost when I was at Brentford against Carlisle. But that was the second time playing there, and I was on the bench as well for the final. But in my head, I was just like, listen, I knew I was gonna come on because he always brought me on, and I was just thinking, just enjoy it, man. Like I said, my family was there again. That is the best way to get promoted by far.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Playoffs,
It
final.
doesn't feel like it.
It's the most risky,
Yeah.
but it's the best. You can't beat that feeling. Like Wembley, like thousands of fans. You can't beat it. That for me, that's the best way to get promoted. And they went 1-0 up in extra time, and then we equalised with like 30 seconds left in extra time. 30 seconds, and then we went to penalties. But I knew he was gonna win because our goalkeeper was too cold. Dan Bentley. No, he's just gone to Wolves.
Oh yeah.
He was our goalkeeper at the time, and he was so cold. I said, yeah, he's definitely gonna save at least one of these.
Did you take a pen?
You know what? I was 7th.
Okay.
I was shook. I was like,
Oh wait, you took yourself the winning pen.
no. I took the
He
one.
just didn't put up his hand.
I went to 8. Everyone. So there were only two players missed. So in normal, so the
up 7-6. You don't want 7-6.
yeah. So we missed first.
Oh,
So
in the
out
out of 5, yeah.
Out of the 5, so
Yeah,
the
yeah.
third, I think my friend
So they
Ben
shut it
Coker, he missed first,
Mm-mm.
and then they missed their a fifth one. So
To
then
win it.
Not yet.
So they could have won it.
Yeah. So then
Oh,
we
mate.
equalised, and then it was sudden death.
Yeah.
So we went to like 7. I was the 7th one,
At Wembley.
and I scored. But
Mad.
What's that like? Walking up
Nerves,
to the
boy.
spot.
What?
What's that
See?
like? Talk to us,
I
yeah.
was just like, I was praying, just walking that whole. Don't let it be me, you know. Don't let it be me. Trust me. Don't you see what's happening out here? Don't let it be me. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I ended up scoring. But yeah, man. Like, and then I
Did
think
you go all Stuart Pearce and like fist pumping?
Nah, I didn't. Do you know? I think.
Allow me, man.
Did we? No,
You
we
rang
know.
me for my age, but you knew what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
I know what you mean.
Innit? Allow me, man.
But do you know what I did? It was in front of their fans. So you know when you do the toss, like it's your fans or their fans.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But we was shooting against the Wycombe fans.
Yeah.
So it was more for us. It was more like because they make
Oh, the
bare
jeers-
noise
the
when you
jeers
got
and
like
that, yeah.
you see. Obviously they want to put you off.
Yeah.
But with them, like they're gonna be on their side.
Yeah, of course.
So I was just zoned. I was like,
Yeah, you got to block it out.
God, please let me just score this pen, you know. I was pretty confident, if I'm honest. I was pretty confident. And I ended up scoring.
Did
And
you have
then-
it already picked? Your
Yeah,
spot?
I don't change my mind.
Yeah.
I don't try nothing fancy. I'm just licking the ball in that the corner that
At least you know you
yeah,
did
the
your-
corner that I picked,
Yeah.
I'm going there.
What are you saying? You're never trying the what's the
Panenka.
called? Panenka.
Never. Never, ever.
I rate them
So
that do it, you know. I rate them that do.
Yeah,
that
you
do
look
it.
so
Like,
dumb if
some
that
people,
goes wrong.
some
man.
people can do it. Like my mate, I went to the National League final this year because I had a couple friends on both teams. My friend John Bostock,
Oh yeah,
he
didn't
did it.
Yeah,
but he does it. That's his penalty.
right.
Oh, doesn't do
Right.
anything else?
That's his penalty. He
Nah.
does it. I didn't know that until he put a clip up with him scoring like 7 of them.
He's nuts.
That's his
mad.
pen.
Didn't he
Wait.
miss though?
He missed
Yeah.
it. But that's his
Yeah.
pen though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
his
You're gonna miss
penalty.
his
Why am I
Keepers
going
are
to
gonna
change it now? I'm
Yeah,
gonna go with what I know.
exactly.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
didn't know that before he done it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, no, but it didn't matter. They still went up.
Yeah.
But if that's your pen, that's your pen.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with someone doing that if that's their thing.
Yeah, but if the goalkeepers do their research, they're gonna know you're gonna do that, bro. And it's just gonna.
He sent the keeper, but hit the bar.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? The keeper was gone, but he hit the bar.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
so-
all right then.
yeah, like,
No,
but
I think if you miss,
it's not really. It's not all right.
No, sorry.
No,
What I mean is, what I mean is, when you do a penalty and the keeper just stand there and goes safe, that is worse than a normal miss. That's what I'm saying because you try to be clever.
Like Aguero.
Yeah, but if you do it, you hit the post or the bar, it's as bad as a normal miss in my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? He hit the bar.
Saying
But
if the
sometimes you see
keeper
when
gets
people miss
sent,
Penenkas, yeah,
sent the keeper.
and the keeper just
Yeah,
stands there and
that's
goes, "Yeah, all right, cool." That's the worst one. But if he sent the keeper, he's done
Yeah, he
half
sent
the
the
job.
keeper.
So
He
it's
just
as
hit
bad as a normal
he
miss.
hit
That's
the
what I'm
cross,
saying.
he-
It's still
but-
not good. But
My thing is, as I said, that's his pen. So
yeah,
I don't mind you doing that if that's your pen. Do you get what I mean?
If you're a
It's
coach, would you allow your player to do that
I
every
don't-
single pen?
just score.
just score.
I don't
but
care how you
mentally,
score.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, just score. You can do whatever you want.
I'd have
Just
a
as long
heart
as you
attack.
But
score.
I know why you've asked that
If my
question.
penalty
because-
taker does it every pen, and I know the goalkeepers have
But I
done
don't
research.
think he would because now there's too much analysts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My keeper, they show them where the pens go. So you know, the last 5-10 pens, whoever's the penalty taker is,
They
where
put it
they've
on
gone.
bottles, innit?
Whose water
Yeah.
bottle did they show? They said this player take right. De Gea.
Pickford.
beat
yeah.
Madison.
That's what-
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't get the fallout from it because, like, they say if the team does their analysis, you should know which way a penalty taker is going to go. And everyone's like, oh, he had it written down in his water bottle.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
that's normal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah, so that's
There's
what I'm
probably
saying.
someone at the
Because-
pitch telling Madison,
because
yo, he
my thing is that could be the difference from winning and losing.
Yeah.
Them little fine details. You get what I'm saying? So
you stand up and get relegated.
this is
Because
it.
people are saying if Madison scores that pen, it's different for Leicester Indian.
Exactly.
So that's that.
But yeah, anyway, we won. It was a great day. So my family was there. My daughter was there.
At Wembley, you know.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. I'm not gonna lie. Then we done a parade, probably like 3 days later, or something like that, through Southend and that. Things that I'll never forget. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'll never ever forget these things.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to
because-
point them out. Because,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you know, like I said, there's players that are going to have played 20 years, 500 appearances. They've not had any of that. They've not been promoted. They've not won any cups. you've done it twice.
Yeah.
You've done it twice.
That's
A parade, you basically made Southend happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even to this day, like they're in my league, and they all come up to me and remember. I remember when you crossed the ball for the goal and all that stuff, and I was like that's something that they'll always remember. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, these things will always stick with me. And I said, I'm blessed to even the way I look at it, I'm blessed to even be in that position to even have done that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So amazing. So then you go up, you do a season in League One, and then you move on to Wycombe. So how was that season in the league? So you've gone up, you played 34 games a season before. You've gone up to League One. You only played 17 games that season. Was it injury?
Injured, yeah. I had plantar fasciitis. I don't know if you know. Do you know what that is? The
What is
bottom
that?
of your foot.
Yeah.
So literally the fascia on the bottom of your foot is like inflamed.
Ooh.
So anytime you walk, it hurt.
Yeah.
So basically, I had that for like 4 or 5 months. I was
Months.
that was months. So I was out for.
Wow.
Yeah, I done everything. I had an injection, orthotics. I even wear orthotics now, but still, not because of that, but like obviously they're molded to my feet.
Yeah.
So I wear them in my boots and I wear them in my trainers. Because of that plantar fasciitis. That was probably one of the worst pains I ever had.
Wow.
A lot of runners get it. Like they say, a lot of runners get that injury. But yeah, I got that. So I was out. I didn't even play that season really. Like, do you get what I mean? I was out for like 5 months with that.
Yeah, you played 20 games that season. Yeah,
This is what I mean. So they didn't offer me a new deal. And then I went to Wycombe after that. So
and you stayed there for a season. How did that work out? Or is this one of those?
It was a 50-50 season. I got injured the first game of the season as well. Done my groin, out for like 3 months start. And manager told me, you're playing, innit? They didn't have a budget where they could like kind of, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whoever they signed kind of had to play.
Yeah.
They didn't have much of a squad. And then, done my groin, so they had to sign bare players. So I was out for like 3 months. That's another, like, and if I'm honest, I didn't know how far Wycombe was. I was living in like Dartford and driving there every day. It's like 2 hours like, and 2 hours back. So I'm like, this is
That can't be good for
crazy.
your body. Yeah.
What? Like, it's like you before you get in, you got to do a whole cycle to get right before you go out, because you're in the car for 4 hours a day. Do you know what I'm saying? So even though I was in a car school, but it didn't make a difference. The time was just, and then it was on the M25. So if there's any traffic, it could be 2.5 hours.
Trust me,
So-
I've done that. I've done a commute. I used to work in Milton Keynes. I used to do that commute every day.
This is what I'm
It's
saying. So, like, it was hard for me, man. Like, the club was a good club. The manager, I got on all right with him. The players, I got on well with them. My friend Bayo Akinfenwa signed the same year I did.
Nice. Yeah.
So we kind of helped each other. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So, him being there helped me because he lived local as well.
Oh, okay.
So I used to go in with him, and it was okay. But like, it was just an up and down season. Probably the highlight of that season was playing against Tottenham in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We should have won, but we lost 3-2. But yeah, I got assist, so I was happy that I got assist at White Hart Lane before it got
Demolished.
demolished and all that. So, that probably was the highlight of that season at Wycombe. But I enjoyed. Wycombe was good. It still was good. It's just the journey was so long, man. I couldn't keep doing that, man. You know what I mean?
So at this point, are you signing like shorter deals now? Is there a point where you're signing 1 year?
It was 2 years. I had another year there. So what happened is I had another year there, and then Ebsfleet came in for me in the National League.
Yeah.
But I had a decision to make because I didn't know. I've never played National League at this time.
I was going to ask you about that.
I stayed in the league. So I spoke to so many people about this decision. I didn't know what to do because obviously I had another year at Wycombe in League 2, but Ebsfleet's around the corner from my house. So that 2.5 hour journey, that 2 hour journey, turns into a 20-minute journey.
What age are you at this time as well?
How old was I? 27? Was that 20?
Oh, so you're still quite prime, innit?
Yeah.
So, like,
Was it? Yeah.
2017, yeah.
So yeah, around 27, 28. So it's still my around. So I knew I could still do it easily. But as I said, I had to weigh up the pros and the cons, and my missus just had a baby, and they offered me way more money than what I was on. and basically it was around the corner from my house.
Win-win,
So I had to
win-win.
like,
No-brainer.
do I stay for the league title or the league status?
Yeah.
Or
Just
move
what
for
we did.
all the other stuff?
Yeah.
So I made a decision to move because of all the other stuff. Like I said, the money was more. It was local to me.
And you were still pro, right? It just was
Yeah,
National
it's
League because a lot of the
full-time,
national,
full-time.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what the
full
national
time,
league teams
full
were
time.
pro.
Like, it was basically the
Yeah.
same. Like it's full time. You
Yeah.
train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Game on a Saturday. You're off on Wednesday, off on Sunday. But it was full time. Yeah, still full time. They was ambitious. They wanted to get promoted. We actually got in the playoffs that year. So with me, it was always I always have to sign for someone ambitious. If you're telling me that you're just trying to survive, I can't play. I need to know that. Listen, I'm going for something. Do you get what I'm saying? So I said the manager, Daryl McMahon, that he said that listen, we're trying to go for it, and met him, liked him. He was a young manager, very ambitious manager, and I ended up signing there for 2 years. 2 years, so like it was around the corner from my house. Literally, that 2-hour journey. That was
Perfect.
I can't do that ever again. That was hard. I don't know how people can stay in the car for that long and then play football.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you're in the car basically in the same position. Like it was crazy for me. Like my body just it was just
react to it
nuts.
well.
Yeah, it didn't.
So you made that decision to get out to National League, and I guess when you got there, did you feel any different? So maybe the standard is different. Well, you say one is the standard that different, and then two is the experience of being a pro in the National League any different?
Yeah, because obviously people look up to you. People know what you've done. People know your CV. So they're looking for you to be the one.
example.
Do you know what I'm saying? But if I'm honest, I don't think I went there with the right mindset, man. Like I think my mind wasn't right when I went there because it took too long for me to kick in. It was just like
Did you think it was going to be easy?
Not that it was going to be easy, but you've got me from a higher league, innit?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm
And there's all
the
the
guy.
creature
Like,
comfort. Some
comfort, and I think I got too. I was too. What's the word I'm looking for?
Too complacent?
Complacent. I was complacent. I was like, yo, like, do you know what I'm saying? It took too
I've done
long.
this.
It took too. Yeah, I've done it. Like, this is not even. I've never played here, so this is like I was just. I disrespected it a little bit. I should say when you shouldn't disrespect nothing. Do you get what I mean? So that's what I did. So my performances wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like, and even like the manager, I get on really well with him even now. He used to pull me and say, like I've signed you to be you. What are you doing? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
What's
I could
this?
chat to him. I could chat to him like that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So we had a good relationship. So he would pull me and say, like, you're a good player, you know. Like, why are you playing like this? Like, what's going on? Like, I've signed you from a higher league to be the guy here. You're not the guy. So what ended up happening was I ended up going on the bench, and then basically he signed some other players. I used to come off the bench and that, and then I think from January, I probably must have started 2 games from January to the end of the season. You know, I
Wow.
didn't even start that much.
Does that make you think I need to buck up my ideas?
100%. I said, yeah, okay, wake up call. So I said, but I had to go back to how I used to think, outwork, out. Because I was thinking in my head, when I come back for pre-season or when I come back to for the new season, he's gonna be thinking about them 2 other wing backs.
Yep.
Just naturally, like they're the 2 that finished. So I said,
and it's the last year of your contract as well.
yeah, I said, I've got to raise that from this guy's head, you know. So what I did is I said, outworked everyone, outrun him. I was the top goal scorer in pre-season. I said, you're gonna have to play me. Like, and if you don't play me, then people's gonna be like, why are you not playing him?
Yeah.
So I done that. I ended up starting every game again. And I had a good season. Made my way back in the team and I stayed there. They didn't take me out of the team. I stayed the whole time.
And then you said another year after, and then you went to Dagenham.
Yeah, so my Ebsfleet manager went to Dagenham. So he brought me to Dagenham.
Okay.
So he went Macclesfield first, then went to Dagenham, but I just think I became reliable.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's
And now you're that player. When the manager goes there, he wants to bring his own players.
This is it.
Yeah,
So
now you're that guy.
he's remembering raw. Like at first he wasn't like that, but then he became the guy. Like he became what I signed him for.
Yeah.
So now, because I think that's important for players now. The most reliable players, they're the ones that play they're the ones that get picked all the time. I don't want you to be a 10 and then a 3. If you're a 7 or 8 every game, and I can depend on you, and I know what I'm going to get from you. More importantly, that's what's important. And I think that's what my manager actually thought. I know what he's going to give me, so I can trust him to play him. So he ended up taking me to Dagenham, and you know how God is good. Let me tell you how God is good. I signed at Dagenham in February, and COVID was in March.
So if it was a month later, it might not have happened.
My money, my money went up. Like, they signed me, I got a better deal, and different things happened. And I was like, this is mad. Like, imagine if I stay a month later.
If you stayed complacent.
Yeah, exactly.
Ebsfleet.
This is my point. I would have been staying at Ebsfleet. I don't know if I would have been at Dagenham. I don't know where I would have been, but COVID hit.
That's why but you knew, you sharpened up and said, bro, this ain't happening.
This is it. So,
and that's what you have to do.
You have to realize before it's too late, man. Because as I said, this thing goes quickly. These seasons just come and go quick. Like 30, I'm 35, and I'm like, raw. This has gone real quick. I've just told you, I can remember everything. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
talk about your first game in the hat-trick.
Didn't remember the penalty though.
Not the penalty.
So
you know how I felt old, because obviously we keep balling apart together.
Yeah, come on.
I'm reading the Wikipedia. I was like, he's played this many games. How old am I now? I was reading. I was thinking, God.
And while you was talking as well, I'm thinking back to all the times I've run into you or I've played football with you in hilly fields or at pits, and it's just like when you was talking about Gillingham, I was like, I remember bumping into you when you was at Gillingham or when you was at Southend.
It was at Gillingham 10 years ago, bro.
And then I'm sitting there thinking,
this is
that's crazy.
So okay, so now you're at Dagenham, you're in the National League, and I kind of jump forward just a little bit just because I want to touch on this point. Wrexham, and Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. And their introduction to the league and what they've done for Wrexham. What kind of shockwaves has that sent through the league, and what do other players think of it? Yeah, just to add to that, how does it, because everyone talks about how it looks like from the Wrexham point of view, how does it look like from the rest of the league looking at them? Yeah.
So when you say that, what do you mean? Like, what? Like,
is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
Everyone
must
want to perceive it. Everyone must want to batter
my thing is, it's taken them like 3 years.
So it wasn't a quick thing. It wasn't overnight.
Like, think about it. They taken over. We stopped them from going up. The season before, we beat them on the last day. We beat them on the last day. They needed to beat us to go up automatic, and we beat them 3-0 or something crazy like that. So we stopped them a couple times.
So you did a Morecambe to them.
But it was always, we always had a good battle against them. It's only this season where they just smoked everyone. Like, do you know what I mean? But it just shows that obviously they had money, they had backing behind them. Do you get what I mean? And Wrexham is a massive club. They shouldn't even be in the National League, really. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? They played in a football league, but it's hard. I think National League is one of the hardest leagues to get out of because two go up, one automatic, one for the playoffs.
I think that's mad.
We're saying that should
but they're going to change. They're going to change it. They've said they're going to change it.
Oh, really?
So it's going to be two automatic, one for the playoffs.
Yeah, good, man.
Yeah, because a lot of the National League teams now, they're big clubs. Do you get what I'm saying? There's Oldham's in there, there's Chesterfields, there's Torquay, there's big clubs. So now the little clubs are going up into League Two and staying there. But what League Two really want is all the big clubs in there. They don't want no little clubs because obviously revenue, fan base and that. But because it's hard to get out of the league, the big clubs are staying. Even Dagenham is it's a big club. It's been in, you know what I'm saying? So like now I think they've know like you can't have two go up. It's just too hard. Do you get what I mean? But it's taken them three years and they've had I think, to be honest, I think it's good. It's exposure. They've had the
documentary.
Not Netflix. It was Prime.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. They have that, so it's exposure for the league. Like a lot of people might not have known about Wrexham.
And they push for the online coverage as well, where you could only really watch it on BT Sports initially. But they said, right, every team should be able to watch every fan should be able to watch their team play in the National League by subscribing online.
100%.
And that's rolled out. So,
this is what I'm saying. So I think they've helped, man. I think they've helped, and if I'm honest, like, it just shows like some teams can do it straight away with money, but some teams can't.
No, it takes time.
It's not given, is it?
No, it's not given. Just because you got money and you got the best players, because they signed some really good players, don't mean you're gonna go up.
No.
It's a team game.
That's the beauty of football, and I think that's why that documentary it captivated different people in different ways. You know, all of us that love football. If they'd won every game and just blitzed it through, that documentary would have been boring. Would have been like, yeah, whatever. But all the little things around that, and I also like how they engage the community. I compare it to the documentary around Southend and that Salford City.
Yeah.
And there's a clip for you. And Gary Neville and them not buying it. And the way that community felt then, there's meetings, they're berating Gary Neville and those guys because some of the decisions they've made, they felt was a little bit insensitive.
Yeah, exactly. Even them, like they had money.
Yeah.
They've had money. Remember, they was in the National League, they got promoted, and now they're in the. But I just think there's only so much you can do. Like, you can't throw money all the time. You need a good manager. You need to sign good players. It has to all fit.
Training facilities.
Training facilities and youth team, maybe to bring some youth through. Do you get what I'm saying? But it helps. It does help because you're going to get the better players. Do you get what I mean? But it just don't necessarily mean you're going to win the league. Or,
you're not going to walk it.
Yeah, like I said, it's taken them 3 years to do it. So,
well, Notts County proved that this year, right? They pushed them all the way.
But Notts County's budget's high as well, though. They got a big budget.
I mean, Bostock's there.
Yeah, like their budget's big as well.
John Bostock.
Bostock. It's not it's not as much as Wrexham, I don't think, but they got a big budget. So it's naturally their two biggest budget. This year. But so, it's taken them years to go up as well, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I guess actually before I get to what's next for you, we've got to talk about international duty as well. You're international.
I'm Antiguan international.
How did you find that experience?
I love it, man. It's amazing. They tried to call me up when I was 21, but I just kept on declining, man. And I don't even know why. I should have just went when I was 21. Maybe you have a little hope that you're gonna get England.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
And you played the England youth team, so
yeah, I did. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe if I get a move, I might do whatever, but it never happened. But I think when I was 26, when I was at Southend, I think Phil Brown was the one that kind of pushed for it. Like, yeah, just go, like, see how you like it and that. So I went, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever done, man. Like playing in the Caribbean, playing against all these different countries, traveling the world. Yeah, it's amazing, man. Like, it's amazing. And as I said, like, not saying playing for England ain't, but there's a lot of good players that will never get picked for England. Do you get what I'm saying? From different heritages, like African or Caribbean. And why not go and play for your countries? Do you get what I'm saying? Why not? Like, if England's not going to call you up, obviously, naturally, that might be your first pick, first one. Yeah. But you're seeing it now. You're seeing Mikel Antonio at Jamaica. Yeah. You're seeing them do it because they're thinking, I want to play international football, and I'm not getting a bring in at England. So, and it's hard. Like, even the best players don't get. Madison just got a bring in. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? And he's been good. Do you get what I'm saying? So, do you wait or do you?
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how do you gauge it? Because you could wait and do a Kevin Nolan and get one appearance in your 30s. You know what I mean? And they done that out of sympathy. Let's be honest.
I'm not like, for me, as I said, like, if you're gonna get picked. Like, if you're not playing in the Prem, they're not picking no one that's not in the Prem anyway, or in the Bundesliga or anyone anywhere. So if you're not in them leagues, you might as well go on.
Maybe if you're a keeper, you might get picked from Championship. If you're a keeper, maybe. But even then, that's rare.
Do you know what I'm saying? And even if you're in the Prem, like, they might not even give you a bring in. So my thing is, like, for me, it was just like, I'm gonna just see how it is, and it's probably one of the best things I've ever done. I've travelled all over the Caribbean, South America. I've gone everywhere with Antigua, so it's amazing. And playing against these different countries, different cultures. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's been like, yeah, man. I've loved it, man. I've loved it. Like,
what was for you the most memorable international experience?
I scored a hat trick.
Yeah,
my only hat trick I scored. It was against Bahamas.
Sick.
At home or away?
It was away. It was in Bahamas. Oh, wow, we had a good. After that, we had a good night. That's all I'm thinking about.
I'm surprised you weren't there.
So, it's mad, that one as well. So I scored 2, and I got cramp, and they was gonna take me off. So, like, no, wait, man, just wait. Give me a little. Let me just see. And then it's mad, like, the ball just dropped to me and I scored a hat trick. I was so happy. That's my only hat trick I've ever scored in my career. So, sick. Yeah, I'll always. And this is of my company, that's the silhouette of me holding the ball, my hat trick.
Sick.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, I always, I'll never forget that, man. That's my most memorable
And I guess for your
thing.
family, because the point you made about Mikel Antonio as well, like, don't get me wrong, your family would have been proud of you if you played for England. But I think that it's a different proud. You know, you're representing your heritage. Like,
even
his family must be over the moon. Do you know what I mean?
The last game, obviously, like, I got family in Antigua, but my uncle was at my last game that I played in Antigua, and I scored that game. So even little things like that, like people seeing
It's
me
gonna be chatting forever, bro.
you know what I'm trying to say? So like, stuff like that. So like, yeah, he was there, and but you know what? Out of everything like that, I get from going, it's not even playing, but going there, I just appreciate life more because them people don't have nothing, man. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't have nothing and they're so happy. And it just makes me realize, like, we've got so much, man, and we don't know what we have.
Yeah, no,
because
it's true.
there's a lot of people out there that would love to be in our positions. And when I go there and I come back, my mind's different because I'm seeing how they're living and I'm seeing what they're doing and I'm seeing how happy they are. So that's what I love going there, because it just makes me realize,
It's
listen,
like a humbling experience.
I'm humbled.
Yeah.
And I just don't take nothing for granted, because I just feel blessed, because as I said, I see how they're living and how happy they are, and do you get what I'm saying? So
you can always tell, like, people that have lived back home or abroad, you can always tell. I mean, I left when I was young, but I still remember some of the stuff I saw, some of the way people were living.
100%.
And then you go back as an adult and it's not changed. Well, for some people it's changed, and then for other people it's like, it's just new people, but they're in the same situation. So I 100% resonate, especially in football, because like you said, you see so much money in football, etc. You go and play there and you give so much joy to that community.
If I'm honest with you, our team's half and half, so it's half English and half Antiguan. And the Antiguan boys that play for the team, they work. It's like semi-pro, like this to them, it's like semi-pro, like they're not professionals. So it's a mix. So like, I always, for me, as coming from England and a lot of my other teammates from England, we have to show them and teach them and help them, because they ain't, as I said, they're not coming from what we're coming from. So what I've started to do, I've been doing Caribbean drives. I don't know if you've seen it. I've been doing Caribbean drives. So what I do now is every time I go there, I'll collect kit, I'll collect like bibs, equipment, and then bring it with me.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got stuff when they go, because I know that their resources they ain't got the resources that we have. So I'll just ask like my teammates or my other football friends or anyone, like, if you've got anything that used or new that you don't want, donate it and we send it over to there. So that's what I've been doing for the last time, because I said I realized that I have a lot, and it's just conversations. There's so much stuff that we don't use in our houses that can go to someone that will benefit it more than will benefit us. Do you get what I'm saying?
Every year we're discovering a new thing within our house. Air fryers, this is it. So
like, it's just a conversation. Like, we waste a lot. Do you get hair over here? And the things that we waste, we can bless someone else with that. So that's what I do now. I've been doing I've done like 3 drives now. I'll just collect the kit and send it over there, or bring it with me when I go. So I'm trying to I'm doing what I can. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to help where I can help, because I can see that they need it. Do you get what I'm saying? So
that leads me on nicely then. So what's next for you? I mean, I'm not forcing you to retirement. I'm just saying, but you talked about your badges. You're 35 now. You know, you probably feel like you still got to get to the game. But what's next? What's after playing for you?
As I said before, I've got my UEFA B badges, so I do coaching. But this is what Elevate FFM is. It stands for Football, Fitness and Mentoring. So I've got a business that I coach and I mentor. Because I was thinking the same thing. What am I going to do after football? And what I thought is, I don't want to sit on the knowledge I have and not bless someone else with it. Like, I believe that I've gone through a lot in football, like due to injuries, stress, different clubs, sackings, being in the stands, playing at Wembley. I got a lot of experience, and I want to help people with their experiences, and they don't even necessarily have to be footballers. Do you get what I mean? Like, I just want to help people where I can help them. Because as I said, I feel like I have a lot of experience and I have a lot of guidance that I can give. So this is why I created Elevate FFM, to do that. Like, whether it's going into schools, whether it's going into academies. I've done different workshops. I work with my friend Kerry Phillips. He's got a mental health football team called Saving Souls FC.
Amazing.
We work together, so we do workshops.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this is what I can see myself. I feel like God's calling me to do that.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying? To give back in a way. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to just sit on this knowledge. I feel like I can help these academy players. I've been in your shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been pro. I've been through the scholarship system.
Yeah.
I've been through the youth team system. I've been all international.
Yeah.
So I can help with these things, and it's not even just. It's just about giving them different options.
Yeah.
And letting them have a safe space to speak to someone and help them, like because their parents might not even understand football. There's a lot of parents that think they know football. As I said, me and my dad learned on the job. No one told us. Do you know what I'm saying? We just went on what we thought was right. So now I've got that knowledge. I can give it back to
and give them a bit of perspective, right? So some of the challenges they're facing at that time, it seems like the worst thing in the world, or you've got, like you said, you had two choices. I can go to this club or that club. You can give them some perspective.
This is it. Because, as I said, it's hard, and I've got different workshops. I've got a parenting in football workshop. The reason why I done that is because, as I said, a lot of parents don't understand. What are you giving your kid before football? What food are you giving them? They don't know, and it's not their fault. Are they hydrated? But you want him to go and play the best he can play, but he doesn't. You don't even know what to give him. How are you on the sideline?
I'm about to say, do you give them etiquette on the sideline?
Like this is another thing, like because some of them it's passion. They want their kid to do well, but they might not know because they ain't spoke to someone. Do you get what I'm saying? So where is these things to help them? We want the youth to come through and be good, but you need to prepare the parents too, because they're the ones that's looking after them. Do you get what I'm saying?
The ones that's guiding them.
This is it. So we got different workshops. I got a self-developed one, a confidence one, a well-being one. Well, it's all about well-being as well. Like I was stressed. I said I wanted to quit. There's gonna be how much other footballers want to quit. So let me speak to them and try and help them and not let them get to that stage of quitting. Because I had my dad. They might not have their dad around to even be there. So that
be
could
in a
be the
position
difference.
where they can take the 2 weeks off work or whatever it is.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that could be the difference. I could be the difference. Elevate could be the difference for you to continue on your journey or not. And this is what I see myself doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm putting it into practice now. So I'm doing it, as I said, coaching as well. But mentoring, that's my thing. Like I feel passionate about that. Like I feel like I need to like give these kids, because they need guidance, man. And as I said, it don't even need to be just footballers. It's anyone. I always say this to people. I'm just a normal guy from South London. That's made it. Played football for 18 years. There's so many kids that's out there that can do exactly the same that I did. Do you get what I'm saying? There's so many with the right guidance, with the right people around them. So let's get the right people around them so they can give them the best opportunity to make it as high as they can. And that's not just in football. That's in building. That's in art. That's in being a lawyer.
In the corporate world.
In accounting. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's give them the tools. So this is how I'm thinking now, because as I said, like I'm 35, so I look at life differently now. I don't look at it how I used to look at it. I look at it from a totally different mindset and a different eyes. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm looking at it different. And
I guess you're in a profession that almost, tells you your career's over at a relatively young age. Footballers, we kind of start casting them out to pasture at like 35, 36. But in the rest of the world,
you're young.
You're young. You're
at 35, like you're young.
You're still learning your career.
And even like, do you see me? That's what keeps me going, because I'm 35. I want to be the best version of me now. So when they look at me, they're gonna be like, no. Everyone says it to me anyway. You're not 35. Like you're still.
When you said 35, I was like,
I'm playing wing back at 35.
So I was about to say, you ain't even changed your position. You ain't gone into DM yet.
But that's what motivates me. That's what motivates me. Because I'm thinking, they say that you're old, but if I look after myself and I keep on doing what I'm doing, why can't I go to 40? Do you get what I'm saying? At whatever level. Do you get what I'm saying? I believe I can eat well. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, like, I think like you need God as well, because things have to go your way. Do you get what I mean? It's not gonna just be you need the blessings. Do you get what I'm saying? It can't just be me. It's got to be God. Like a lot of stuff in my life is God. Most of it, I'd say. Because even like, as I said, with the Oxford moves and I could have been at Oxford instead of Southend, but I went Southend and got promoted.
Yeah.
For me, that's God.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, it's not me. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's where I'm at. And I just feel blessed, man. I was saying this to my friend the other day, like, I went for a run. I always film my runs. I don't know if you see it on Instagram. I film my runs all the time and I say something like positive after the run. And he's like, you love football, innit? I said to him, don't disrespect it, you know. because I'm going to be honest with you, when this thing is gone, you're going to feel it. And he was like, no, you're right. You're right. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like in my career, there was a period, a good 4 or 5 years where I disrespected it. And I was like, stand football, man. It wasn't going for me. Like, things wasn't going right for me or how I wanted it to. So I started disrespecting it. Yeah. But now, I told you, a training session, I'm so happy that I get to train still. Because when it is gone, it is gone. I've got friends that's in the real world, but like they're not in the football world no more. They're in the real world. And they're like, I spoke to my friend the other day, he's like, Myles, keep doing it, you know. I'm doing 10-hour shifts now. Yeah. And I'm saying, like, this guy, I used to play with this guy at Gillingham. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? He said he's doing 10-hour shifts. As a footballer, to do 2 hours training to go on doing 10-hour shifts. Yeah, that's a people don't get it. This is what I'm saying. Like these footballers, they have to cherish this because you don't want to go and be working 9 to 5 or whatever that is. Because right now you're training for an hour and a half and getting paid more than most people that's getting 9 to 5. Yeah. And people don't really realize that.
They don't deep it
until it's gone. Then you're like, oh man.
Yeah, and it's not about the Premier League guys. It's. They're small. They're the really small.
That's 1% the Prem and all that. It's the ones on the. Think about it. Even if you're in a Prem, you still got to work after. Because that money's going to go. If you want to keep up that lifestyle, the money's going to go. So you have to. This is why Henry and these men are pundits. Because they're still getting good money doing that. But if they don't do it, then the savings or all the millions that made, they're going to have to tap into it all the time. Like, so... Realistically, you're gonna have to work after football. It's just that some people get to do what they love again, and some people have to do what they don't even like. So this is why I want to go into something that I'm passionate about with Elevate. So because I feel like that's what I would love to do. Do you get what I'm saying? So I want to choose. I don't want to have someone to choose for me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You want to affect change, not change.
100%. So
no, that's a fantastic one to end on. Slightly different one. So as someone who's played the game, someone who's been a pro, when you see fans giving certain opinions and say certain things, don't you just think, shut up, man?
Basically, us lot.
If I'm honest,
I'm waiting to ask a pro this.
Do you know what it is? I can't. They paid to see the game, man. You can't. They can't. I can't tell you what to say. Like you're paying. More time, you're paying a man's wages, you know?
No, I know that. But not necessarily that they can't have an opinion. But, you know, sometimes, like you say, listen, if you're outside the ball, you don't really know. Sometimes some of these fans, especially now with Twitter the way they talk with such... No, like they know the thing. To him, I'm like...
But this is what... As I said, like, they're entitled to their opinion. So I can't really say... Like, as I said, if you think I'm rubbish, like, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to be like... It's the ones that, as I said... You have to know how to judge it. Do you get what I mean? If you take in what all fans said, I was one of them that used to look in the paper at the player ratings. The ones that see the people that do the player ratings, they don't even watch the game. They put in 5 and 6. They don't watch the games. So I was back in the day. I used to look and see what they used to put in the paper for me. But I realized, this man ain't even watching the game, and it's only one man's opinion. So I'm not even gonna care what a man's saying no more about me because do you even know me properly, or did you even watch the game? So all the fans that watch the game, I feel like they're entitled to their opinion. It's about you, what you take in and what you don't take in.
Yeah, fair. I would love to ask a Prem player how they feel about, because now we've got a lot of ex-Prem players now on TV and the media doing a lot. Like, I'd love to know the people that know Gabby Bonloho and all that. Like,
they're probably gonna. I don't think they
care.
They would care because I think you knew what you went through what we went through. Do you get what I'm saying?
So why you not talking rubbish?
Why you? This is why. This is another thing.
I might pull him up in person. Pull him up in person.
Seriously, like you're doing what you know what a man's gone through, and then now you're on the other side doing that to get paid.
I 100%
It's like
agree.
when players
Yeah.
become managers.
Yes.
You've experienced what a player is, and you're doing what a player don't do because you're a manager. But you was here.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you was
yeah,
here,
yeah.
and you know what managers, you know what players like, or you know how it was. And obviously, managers have their own techniques and their own ways, which you're gonna have to try and do what your thing. But you was a player,
Yeah.
and you know, like pre-season, we need a ball. You can't be just making us run. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But you're making us run.
Yeah, making us do the runs. But even
The
the
stuff
times
that
have changed.
your manager you didn't like, you're doing it now. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a
Those are
touchy one.
ones.
Some people won't care, some people will. But I just think you just have to treat people how you want to be treated, innit?
Yeah, simple.
Simple. That's
Yeah.
it. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's what I believe. Because if you're on TV talking all this stuff, but you was a player, you didn't like it when you was a player, but now you're doing what? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always think it when I watch it, and that's why I appreciate certain pundits. Like I think people like Mika and a few other people, they're measured with it, you know. But some people they've got the knife out all the time, man. And I just think it's a bit
Didn't
mad.
John Terry say he would listen to Roy Keane and that, but people like Robbie Savage shouldn't be talking about him.
Bruv, I said it all the time. I said it, I'm not even gonna name names because I'm gonna have to diss a Crystal Palace legend. But I remember pundit and he was talking on competition. I thought, bruv, you've never even played in that competition. Why are you talking? Yeah,
That's
when
why
you play at these levels, when you do this, bro, you've never played. You've not heard that
But
music.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think that because he never played in it, he can't talk about it though?
I think he can talk about it, but I think there has to be a level of humility.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Just a level of humility and acknowledgement that actually, and you hear some pundits now, they say, look, I never played at that level, I never did that. But as a pro, as someone who played a professional game, as you say, train every day, yeah, you can talk about it to a certain level.
Yeah.
But somebody talk to a certain vim, and I'm just like, well, but you don't actually know. You
But you know
spoke
what
to
it is?
Myles, he told you didn't do it.
But you know what it is? It's good TV, man.
Yeah,
This is
it's
another thing.
entertainment, innit?
It has to. It can't be boring.
Yeah,
so
this
that's
is it.
another thing. Like I'm actually getting
Yeah.
when you're watching it, it has to be good TV,
Yeah.
or it's not gonna be on. It's not gonna be aired. So it has to be controversial. It has to be.
Yeah.
But Gabby Abolo has to say what he's saying. Simon Jordan has to say what they're saying because
They have to
it's
keep
not
the
gonna
fans.
be aired.
People
Like,
calling in,
yeah, people got to call in. It's all about ratings.
Jamie
You know what I
O'Hara.
mean? Jamie O'Hara. They got to say controversial stuff because
Yeah.
this is what brings in the money.
Yeah, it's true.
So I get it.
Pays the mortgage. All right, listen, Myles, it's been fantastic.
Yes, man.
really
On a
good,
personal note, it's been good to see you after all this time. And
Yeah, man.
Good
I
for your career.
appreciate you bringing me on, man. It was a pleasure to be here, man.
no, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
And all the best with your business, and everyone should check it out.
Just plug it again.
Yeah.
What are your socials?
Elevate FFM on Instagram. And yeah, it's a football fitness and mentoring company that I've got. We do Caribbean drives, giving back to countries in the Caribbean. I do coaching, 1v1s, group coaching sessions,
We
and
need
I
a better.
mentor.
We need a better.
Yeah,
And I
I'm good,
mentor,
but you,
and I mentor as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
fantastic. All right, brother.
So
all the best. Thank you for coming on.
yeah, no.
man.
And that's
Thank you.
another
Appreciated.
episode of the Centre Circle podcast.
Subscribe.
Like,
Share,
follow,
follow,
all the
comment.
usual stuff. Share. Yeah, keep the comments coming. You lot are doing the most of the comments.
Essays, man.
We've had paragraphs, essays with no punctuation, but we're there. And we'll see you all for the next episode. Cheers.
Peace.
Peace.
Love.